It takes...
Merry Christmas! Sorry.
Hey, Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, DM. Merry Christmas.
Move, bitch! Yep, Merry Christmas. This is the official holiday episode. Unlike the Halloween episode, we actually do plan to have a little bit of fun with the actual IRL holiday that's taking place. I'll be quick so that I can get out of your guys' fucking way.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Sorry!
It takes you about 2 hours on your newfound hoverbike to get back into the town of Oighir. You go right over the snowy hills and the rivers that formerly gave you so much opposition before. You see lots of lights ahead, and while it's still dark, you feel like this more warm sensation as you come up on the city. You see the tall orbital elevator going high up into the sky, and at the very top you see several blinking lights and a strange fuzzy object that was not there before.
Yeah. Is it a
Christmas tree?
decoration?
Is it a Christmas tree, DM?
On the orbital elevator, several 100 feet in the air is indeed a gigantic wreath.
Oh my god!
Wow, I completely forgot that the holidays were a thing. Says Nyx, driving still.
All three of you would probably know this, but I feel like Aurelio is going to be the primary source of information. You're aware that it's actually, it's All Prophets' Eve, which is a Fisher holiday where the Fishers celebrate the many messengers from God that have come down to guide humanity as they enter the modern era. And while the last prophet to grace the worlds was beyond several hundreds of years ago, the rest of them are all recorded and memorialized in story and song, and it's on this day that, like the saints that they inspired, you choose to give gifts and be kind to one another and hopefully remember the generosity that is inherent in humanity. However, as you look down below, you're watching several Ophirites as they get ready for their native harvest holiday. Samhain. Many holidays coincide in this world because it's just convenient.
Like Hanukkah and Christmas.
Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa.
Christmas,
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Yule,
Oh,
Yeah.
all Saints Day and All Hallows Eve and Halloween, same kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you guys all duck down, and several people like cover their eyes as you're blowing snow up in their faces, you animals, and they're like,
Sorry.
"What on earth did you get that?" You see,
Sorry, I had to drift.
you see Maxwell the yak decorated in jingle bells and
Yes!
silver leaves, and he approaches Aurelio and gives him a nudge. The mud puppies look frightened, their 3 heads sticking out from underneath the orange parka that Leo dons.
I shush them. It's okay.
Alright, you guys are back in, and Magnolia is the first to get off the hoverbike.
Nyx gets off as well. We should probably take you to your father.
Yeah, I'm gonna head home right now. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes, unless you want to come.
I mean, did you need an escort, or...?
I don't think so.
She raised
Well-
an eyebrow.
What?
Maybe Abram should go with you.
She
Is
just
she
kinda
wearing
like,
shoes?
Yeah,
get
she's
shoes?
wearing the equivalent of like military issue Uggs.
Okay, good. Well, Abram just stands behind her expectantly.
She starts
Abram
to
should go
walk
with you.
towards. She takes like 3 steps towards her house, and then she stops and turns around.
He follows.
Okay.
Or stops.
Seemingly reassured by that, she continues walking north towards the relatively large, like 3-story house that is her home.
Nyx immediately takes out her tablet and hooks up to the general network that's relatively shitty.
The network that you
And,
hope is there.
Yeah, it's
She
actually the citywide networks are actually broadcasted off orbital elevators if an elevator is present. So
And she's gonna head to the saloon, and she's gonna start typing an email.
Okay. Leo, what do you do?
I want to check my mailbox.
Okay.
I imagine there's a mailbox here, right? Like a post
Yeah, I
office?
guess you go to the post office. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, you go to the post office and I guess man, this is really confusing. Yeah, there's mail for you. I don't really know exactly how the post office system works in this. I'm sure it's probably just like, oh, if you're not here, then it just gets forwarded to your next known location until it catches up with you. So you see 2 letters, and one is very all prim and proper. It has an emerald stamp on it, and it's got a very cleanly printed name that just says Abram. And then you see another one that is just like printer paper from like one of those old IRL like 70s. Like there's like strips on the left
It's
and
the
right.
chief.
And in handwritten
Hero
scroll,
back.
it says Aurelio.
You just see this like trash. It's the chief. Oh my god.
It's a chief. So the first one's for Abram, right?
Yes.
So I think I guess I'll take that and like give it to him when I see him.
Okay, that's fine.
So he'll get it. And I assume that's his boyfriend. I'm going to his side hoe.
Go on.
And I'm gonna read the chief's letter. It's in there because the mud puppies need a chance to warm up.
Sure.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna take care of that at a later time if that's okay.
Okay.
But sure,
Yeah, then-
you now have the
Then
letter.
what I'll do is then next is go back. Can I go back to the ship? I want to put the mud puppies somewhere nice and safe and warm.
Okay. I mean, you have a hotel.
Put them
room?
inside of the yak's fur.
There you
So,
go.
like, could I just like I just like put them in my room with like some
Yeah,
water?
just go into the. I guess you can leave them in the hotel room and.
Oh
let's
no, I
put
meant
some
like the
water.
spaceship, but okay.
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
I
Why
figured
not?
that'd make more sense. Just like turn that on so they can have heat.
I'm all right with that. There's a lot of noise going on. Yeah, you go back to the ship. You turn
Yeah.
it on. It warms up.
I put them in my room. Oh, or should I put them in the bathroom? Because there's like water there and just leave the shower on.
You put them in the shower, the stand-up shower, and you close it, and presumably put like a string around it so they can't just open it. And you turn on the shower so it's going down one side of the wall, so it's not just spraying them in the face
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
And you give them like a rock to stand on in case they're getting a little bit too tired of standing in the wet. And
Nice.
do you give them any food?
Yeah. I give them some. I assume we have like space veggies or something, like space veg.
You know what? You look in the fridge and you find 1 yellow left from your miraculous excursions.
Yeah, they can eat that. I think that's enough for them right now.
I think you're probably right. I just want to make sure
The
you're
yellows are pretty big.
keeping track of them. Okay.
Yeah. I have to pick up food from the store for them, so they can do that for now and pick up a terrarium or something.
I understand. You head
Yeah.
back out and you look around, and there's dozens and dozens of these strings of lantern lights being put up across from one room to another, from one building to another, and it's creating this lovely orange glow all around, even though it's quite dark out.
Dude, I think I'm gonna go to our next one
Sure.
because I don't want to bother Abram and his hoe.
I understand.
It's very lovely hoe.
I was gonna go to Nick's next, and I guess we'll just do both of you at the same time. Yeah, you enter in the saloon and see several people, and they appear to be having a delicious drink of some form or another, or a sandwich, and you see Nick's on one of the tables with her own.
Yeah,
beverage.
I'll go join her, see what she's up to.
Okay, Nick's.
She's got a little cup of like peppermint hot cocoa.
Aw,
Festive.
I love it.
And she's on her tablet, just typing away
what you doing?
stuff.
Really is eating. Yum, yum. What kind of stuff?
Sending emails and stuff.
Protecting the boy.
Well, first I'm checking up on Counselor Mira to see if she's, not dead.
I'm sure she's fine. She's capable gal.
They also got attacked by a pirate ship the same day that we had managed to escape.
Okay, next you're looking at the news, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You see none other than
I hate this already.
Brent Henson.
Oh.
I hate this. No.
He's standing in front of what appears to be a picture of just bright red light streaking through space towards something in the sky. This picture was taken from Sargasso, like the surface. And he's talking about, I'm sorry. Hi, folks, this is Brent Henson here with your nightly news. I'm going to be doing a report on the recent pirate attack on Cirrus Station. There are over 150 known casualties. Fortunately, no deaths recorded at this moment. However, 3 people are still missing without sign. Several rescue crews are scouring Cirrus Station looking for where they might be. And as of late, we know that several food processing units have been damaged in the process. We don't know what impact this is going to have on the civilians of Cirrus Station, but we think it'll be all right. This is just a recent attack in the several strings of pirate incidents over the past decade, and we are already hearing all kinds of buzzing news about legislation being passed towards these new possible threats to civilization. At the moment, we are aware that Councillor Mira is injured and in critical condition at the local hospital. However, she appears to be not dead at this moment. We have no word from Captain Azura or anyone else. There's been nothing but no comments. All we have are these pictures. And it just keeps going on like that for the next, several minutes.
She shuts off the app and just pinches the bridge of her nose. Great.
Well, that's not good.
That makes me think that we should probably head back to Sargasso relatively soon. Did I see anything about Captain Azura being injured or anything?
Nope.
He's fine?
He's totally fine.
Okay, that's good. At least Azura is fine. But that really puts a damper on my plans to talk with Mira.
Sorry, everything was very busy around here, so I didn't hear that. Is she dead?
No, she's in critical condition.
Not dead yet. Okay, cool.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Not quite dead.
I hope not.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we should get back there.
Do we head back now, or do we go to the next planet and go back later when we know more about Mira's condition? I feel like we should wait on her to see how she recovers first before heading back.
Plus, I guess we don't want to provide any stress, and if the orb acts up while we're there, that
Also,
wouldn't be good.
if we head back too early, we could also bring the pirates back to them.
Yeah.
You there, youngin'?
Yeah.
You want something to drink?
Huh?
You? Yes?
Yeah, do you have any, spirits or something?
At this hour? Alright.
Well, what time is it?
It's about 4:30. I guess you could be living life high.
I've had a long day.
Alright,
sir.
I don't need to know.
Thanks.
And then that person leaves to go get you your spirits, you party animal.
Listen, Aurelia's had a rough day.
I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, I guess
is
in this
happy
setting
hour.
even more so.
Yeah, there you go.
Abram?
That's me.
I suppose you walk the young lass back to her home, and you see the guildmaster come running out through the front door and embrace his daughter and almost lift her up off the ground. He kisses her all over the forehead and cheek when she's willing to bend down that low. She looks pleased as well, and a little bit feeling kind of awkward having this happen in front of you. And then the guildmaster turns to you and he says, Oh, thank you. Oh my, oh gosh. Oh my. Thank you, sir. Say you and your friend. Please.
Plural.
Not his friend. I'm not his friend anymore.
Well,
Yes, it was natural that we go and find her. We weren't going to leave her to die.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Please. What? I promised. Here, take this. Why don't you, please? And he hands you just a bag, and it's just full of chips, full of coins, full of gold and silver currency, adding up to around $1,000.
Okay. Abram appraises these things. for a moment before deciding they're okay and puts them in his bag for now.
Oh yeah, you've done me a great service. Thank you for reuniting me with my daughter. Magnolia, you're not hurt, are you? Oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much for sending this nice man after me. And he's gonna probably try to take her back inside to warm up. And she gives you one last look and a smile before disappearing behind the door, which shuts.
Okay. Abram goes back because he's gonna give. Well, he probably. I don't know when this would have happened because she fucking was swept away. But he probably does just say, "We'll be in town for a while." And bids farewell.
Sure.
And then he goes back because he's gotta give the goods to the buddies.
All right. On the way by, you look to your right and you see what appears to be several shops lining a main street if you're interested in that sort of thing. And it takes you no time at all to get back to the saloon. You've grown accustomed to the harsh weather. You see them arguing over something, over I guess a mug of hot chocolate, and the other one's got what appears to be whiskey.
Right.
Straight up.
I'm not surprised.
None of that eggnog shit, just whiskey.
Eggnog.
Hmm.
Whiskey nog. Okay, I just come over and sit down next to Nix. I'm in the same saloon, right?
Yep, you're in the same place.
Oh, okay.
You see them, you target them, site's acquired, you take the fucking shot.
I do. Someone dies, and then I sit down, and then I take out the pouch, slap it on the table.
All right.
Our payment.
Oh, holy shit.
Hmm. Wow.
You count
That's
out. You count out about 900 coins for just spending money, and then a mysterious, unknowable leftover amount for
weird.
whatever it is you choose to
Strange.
do with.
Wow, who knows how much that is?
Who knows how much that is?
Weird.
Nix puts back on the news article and slides it over to Abram.
All right, Abram.
He slurps it up with his eyes.
Okay, you give it the Slurpee. I can give you a recap if you want, if you needed me to.
No, I was listening.
Okay.
Abram, I'm just gonna assume Azura was actually mentioned as to not be injured.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
'cause you
talking
didn't
about
say
him
it.
as if he's fine.
I don't know. You can be dying. You can be on your deathbed still talking.
You're
But
right.
anyway, he does kind of furrow his brow, but he looks slightly less agitated. What happened to Mira to where Azura did not get injured?
Counselor Mira is in critical condition, and once we get an update on her condition, I say in about maybe a few weeks, probably 2 at the most, we head back to Sargasso.
Sounds good, so long as our next destination doesn't cause problems.
Yeah, where do we go in the meantime?
I don't know, DM. What are our options?
DM, besides that weird place in space, where else can we go?
If you want me to remind you what you saw on the map thing? Okay,
Yes.
The map lit up here, Slove. It lit up the small green world of Lian Fiel.
Okay, yeah.
And then a place that is just unmarked according to your star charts, but the map seemed to be quite convinced that there's something there.
Which one was closer to here?
I guess they're all equidistant, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they'd all take the same amount, just in different directions. I guess I wouldn't worry too much about what's
are they all
closest.
around Sargasso?
Well, Sargasso, I suppose. Sargasso's the fourth planet from the sun in the system. Lian Fial is, I guess, the next one out, and then Slove is the seventh one out, or the sixth one out, I'm sorry, and then that weird space in the middle of nowhere is just in the middle of nowhere, but I guess it's in similar distance. I mean, they're only a difference of an hour or two in terms of how long. Their orbiting paths might just make it kind of weird. One day I'll make you a map.
Yeah.
Nix says, I think it would be best if we went to Lian Fiel next, considering we don't know what we're up against when it comes to the unmarked territory.
That's a good point.
Abram, what do you think?
Abram is visibly hesitating and agreeing, but he just kind of pushes he pushes the tablet back towards him.
Abram.
Yes.
Abram, if you have
Yeah.
some weird baggage about this place, please let us know up front. We won't judge you for it. Yeah. Just so we know what we're getting ourselves into.
We won't judge you for it.
Think of it as an AA
Leo
meeting.
says the judgmental one.
Yeah.
Think of it as an AA meeting, he says, sipping his whiskey.
He shakes his
next-
head and just says, "No, I don't think I have to share anything with you, regardless." What
Okay.
does Nick say?
She says, I did shoot an email over to Counselor Mira, so when... Because I'm assuming she's in a...
What? You did not
Induced-
send her an email. What?
I thought I did.
No.
I did. I said specifically, like, I sent an email over to Mira to relay our progress.
Oh, we're not supposed to
Can you
contact her.
tell? Yeah, you weren't supposed to contact her. She said.
All right, retconning that. Never
That's
mind.
fine. I don't even remember when you did that. Can
Yeah.
you remind me when that was?
I did right in the beginning.
What is of this episode?
I said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you said like, oh, I sit down and I write up a quick email, and to be honest, I thought you meant Avery.
Yeah,
You
that's
didn't
what I
say
thought.
who it was.
I said at the start of my turn, I send a email over to Mira and look at the news about the pirate attack.
See, I
But
got
I
it
can
confused.
retcon it.
That's fine.
Didn't happen.
You can. I mean, you can do it. It's just that the last time she talked to you, she said don't send any electronic thing because
Yeah.
we don't know how the Red Star knew that the orb was here.
I was gonna have her send it as if like it's oh hey we're finishing up our vacation, it's going great, no need to worry.
Hey,
hope everything's good
you
over
can
there.
do that if you want, but prepare for the consequences.
I'm retconning it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Okay, Reaper.
Nyx just kind of looks at the article. Definitely after Lian Fial, we're headed back to Sargas, so that way we can talk to Rosemary and catch up on everything.
Yeah,
I'll hold you to
what the
that.
heck with Rosemary?
A lot of stuff happened, and she kind of like she has her hand on the staff still, like it's leaning up against the wall, but she's kind of like within touching range of it. This thing is carrying more secrets than I really know about.
Yeah, keep that in your sights.
Absolutely, I don't plan on letting it go anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's only... You're the chosen one, Nyx.
The chosen one.
You're the only one that can
Please.
probably figure it out, so, yeah.
And after we finish this little meeting, I'm gonna take it out and see what I can study from it.
Oh, let's not do it in the town, though.
Blows up saloon.
I was gonna go a little bit deeper into the woods, just
Blows
in case
up
I take down a couple of trees
Yeah, okay.
again.
That sounds good.
Well, Nix, before you destroy an ecosystem, perhaps we should enjoy this festival.
Hmm.
Yeah. Abram, look at you, wanting to enjoy
Um,
the holiday.
I do suggest we take off at the end of the night.
At night? Are you sure? It can go pretty late. These kind of festivals, I mean, at least back in my village, they go pretty late into the night, man.
I'm aware,
You'll be
but
pretty tired.
it's better to be safe than sorry.
Abram looks at Nix. Do you not like the holidays?
It's not that I don't like the holidays. Just
I just don't like being happy.
Hmm.
Abram,
That's
Abram that's what she says.
she says, it's not that I don't like the holiday, it's just kind of been sour for 10
Understandable.
years.
Well, how about we just enjoy yourselves and have a good time, and we all do what we want to do and stuff, and we'll see what happens by the end of the night. How about that?
Okay. At the latest, we leave tomorrow.
Deal.
All right.
Leo, you're aware of this kind of festival thing, and you know that you've got maybe like 3 hours before official festivities would really be starting. And so I suppose you've got 3 hours before things kick off. What do each of you choose to do at that time?
I say, well, you cool cats hang out. I've got to go get some stuff done. And he gives Abram the letter. He goes, oh yeah,
Abram suddenly receives a letter.
forgot about this. Like as he's like walking out the door, he's like up, and he like stiffens, and then he turns around and walks up to Abram again, and he like puts his hand on his shoulder, and it's like, you got a letter, and he pulls it out of his pocket.
Abram blinks and takes it. He just stares at it while Leo leaves.
Yep, later.
All right, there he goes.
There you go.
There goes your hero. Watch him as he goes.
Nyx is going to discuss a thing with Abram, which I will take to the DMs.
All right.
Down in the
Yeah.
DMs.
And then
Mhm.
I will and then Nyx takes the staff and heads to the woods.
Okay. And Abram, I know that you're going to have this conversation with Nyx of unknowable length and duration, but after it's done, what would you be interested in doing?
He will go to the shops
Okay.
as well.
That sounds good. For now, I think I'm going to follow with Nyx. Why not? Nyx, you have your conversation with Abram in secret about super secret secrets, and then you, I guess, where do you go? You just go into the woods like some kind of hermit and just sit on a rock in the middle of the river?
She's gonna head to the forest, like not too far away from the town.
Okay.
And she's gonna take out her staff. And she's just
Sure.
kind of just gonna look at it and try and figure it out.
Okay, roll an intelligence or an arcana check, quote unquote. You can add your computer roll if you want this time, why not? You can add your
Alrighty.
+1 from the computer, the tablet.
So it's the intelligence without the modifier?
No, this time it's just a full-on arcana. Load yourself up
Oh.
with all those fucking proficiencies and modifiers and +1 items. Just fucking go ham.
So 23
Okay.
with my added bonus.
Alright, that's fine. You spend several... I'm going to say you're going to have to spend at least an hour before you can get any kind of information. Is that cool?
Sure.
Okay, you spend an hour with this thing, and you determine that it's a normal staff, appearingly, with just a bunch of things that have just over time been installed onto it, creating this kind of personalized mishmash of technologies. And some of them are like, oh yeah, no, I mean, it's just a bunch of cobbled together, and then you look at another thing and you're like, oh god, what is that? And you just don't know. Like, you've never seen it before in your entire life. You maybe get a little daring and you maybe crack it open where you can, like you find like some panels that slide up and down, and you don't really know what they do or how they function, but you know that this thing can function at least as a radio, because it's been able to patch into different radio signals so far and just broadcast them. It has a speaker. So you
Oh,
basically have a free radio with this thing.
sweet.
You've known from your experiments that it seemingly is able to do some kind of magnetic stuff. And it seems to be able to interact with electricity because it produced a shit ton of electricity. However, looking over it, you don't really know how you did that, and you have a feeling that casting that huge lightning bolt down the hallway and frying an entire drill mech kind of drained whatever battery this thing had stored up over the whoever knows how long it had been saving. And that's probably not going to happen again anytime soon. However, you think you could recreate what it did on a smaller scale. Perhaps a tinier bolt.
Okay.
Yes. And I believe that, yeah, you've attuned yourself to this object over the course of a rest, as well as proving your worth to it. And you grab onto the collar, and where once was like almost a puzzle-like problem to solve, that's been unlocked, and you give that collar a good twist, you pull it down an inch, and then you twist it back the other way, and then you pull it down one more time, and then it just hangs in the air where you leave it. It is
Alright.
an immovable rod.
Alrighty. I'm gonna do something specific. I'm gonna try and see if there's any way that I can reduce its big size, because God knows transporting this thing is gonna be hell.
Okay, you spend some time with it, and I didn't just make this up, I swear. At the halfway point, you notice that it's hinged, and with a few clicks and pushes of a button, it does break in half, hinging to fold down to a slightly smaller size. Going from a 6-foot staff to a 3-foot.
Nice.
Ever so slightly more collapsible, but I will not say concealable.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that. It's 6 feet. It's bigger than her.
By the way, I do want to just point out, because I don't think I was very clear, that when it seems to be like doing its whole immovable thing, it needs to be still touching the ground. It hasn't just been hanging in the air. It's always had like one part touching the ground, even if it's just like at a wild, crazy angle that logically it should have tipped over by now or fallen to the ground. It is resisting gravity, but so far it has to be touching the ground at the very least. Touching something on some end.
Alright.
Yes, whenever you've used it to block an attack or something like that, it's always been having its butt against the floor. And that's what you get with an hour and 22 Arcana.
Perfect. Alright, and she's gonna take the staff, unlock it from its immovable form, cut it, like, fold it in half, and just carry it like that.
Okay.
And she's gonna head back to town.
All right. And just to be specific about one more thing, yeah, you can make it generate lightning, but it's going to cost you a gambit slot. You've learned a low-level lightning spell.
Alright.
What it does exactly or how much damage it does, you have no idea until you try to use it.
I'm not gonna do that now.
Fair enough.
I'll do that later. And she's going back to town.
Okay. I think that Abram would be next, but I guess we're kind of going to be... all in all, we'll just go one at a time, but everybody feel free to speak up at any time. Abram, what are you doing? You're going to be purchasing some stuff?
Yeah, he's going in and out of various shops, watching people prepare for festivities. Wallet out.
That's fair.
He's not doing anything much, he's just shopping right now.
That's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's a very low maintenance man.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to figure out if everyone's doing like their own secret things, and it's like, well, then who do I jump to? Okay. Well, the town of Oighir is getting ready for a lovely holiday. They've harvested whatever kinds of grains and fruits and vegetables that grow in this kind of harsh climate. Admittedly, they have found a slightly warmer area. The sea to their right doesn't freeze, and the running water is somewhat able to produce some crops, even though the ground has this permanent permafrost effect. They're able to do quite a bit of I guess you could call it wasteful energy, but they're able to heat up the ground a little bit, get some delicious things going. And you guys pass by several like cooking competitions. You see what appears to be a gigantic 3-story tall yak made of straw.
Oh no!
That's
incredible.
Yes. And Nyx looks at it and she knows the stories.
Oh no!
The yak always burns.
No.
There's
No.
there's lines of barbed wire and it says keep out and it says no smoking everywhere, but you know.
That thing's gonna be gone.
Oh no.
Abram, you
Don't
spend a
tell the
while in
child.
the bait and tackle shop and maybe a few other places, and a nice man with a big fluffy beard like looks at you and goes, "Yoo-hoo!"
Big summer blowout.
He says, "Big summer blowout."
I hate all of you.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
10% off everything on the list.
What's on the list?
Everything that's on the list is 10% off. Merry fucking Christmas.
Wait. Oh my god, yay!
Big summer
Too
blowout.
bad I can't do summer math. Simple math.
Summer math.
I can't do
Summer
summer
love.
math.
Only winter math.
My name is Mueller. If you need anything, feel free to ring the little bell.
Yes, sir. Abram says slightly nervous.
What does this man look like?
He's got a
Mueller?
bright yellow sweater, a fuzzy hat on, huge brown beard, and he's like maybe 8 feet tall.
Jesus Christ, I love him. He's like Aurelio's type of man.
Oh.
Aurelio's into Bara, I understand.
Aurelio's into big men. He likes them wide.
This is a big. He's like Kingpin,
Wide.
where like he's looking wide and like
likes
on the
them
hefty
big.
side, but you think he's
Yeah.
probably fucking like stacked under there.
He like swole big man.
Yeah, he's like
He
swole
wants them
big.
with like tree trunks.
Mm.
So you can ride on their shoulders.
Built kind of like Wario, where it's just like absurd muscle mass
He's
underneath
kind of
layers.
man.
All right, now that we're over that weird fetishizing moment with Aurelio, next I suppose you
lore.
get back into town. You're able to do
The
your purchasing
lore.
if you need to. Aurelio, you're looking around, and I think we're gonna follow Aurelio.
Mhm.
Aurelio, you find
Aurelio.
the library.
I go the frickin'.
Yes, you go inside.
I need information.
Okay, you look to the person at the desk, and it is none other than Magnolia. She seems
Okay.
to be dressed up in very warm weather outfits, and you see that her father is like hovering around the library out now and then, and she seems to be a little bit disdainful of this, but at the same time, she's like, okay, well, I'm glad to be back. Yeah, what do you do? She says, hey, nice to see you.
Hey, nice to you. You doing well?
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to hang out in the library after getting back. I didn't really feel like joining with the festivities. I'm not really on the clock, but if you needed something, I don't mind helping you out.
Well, Arlo kind of like fidgets with his hands and like the hem of his shirt. And he kind of looks down. He just goes, I kind of need information. If we could talk about this somewhere private.
She like looks up around her and then looks around the building, and there's no one else there. Okay.
Okay. So I was wondering if you could tell me what you know about genetically modified people.
Oh, I guess I don't really know much, but I can tell you what I do know. We got
nods
some
his head.
books.
I can't read.
Oh.
This
She
makes it 10 times harder.
she like closes her eyes and just kind of like bites her lip for a while. Okay, that's fine. We'll take some picture books.
Okay, thank you. Really kind of smiles nervously. He's blushing because he's like ashamed of himself. He's like, I can't
No,
read.
Leo, you're perfect.
She sits you down at one of the tables. That it has a nice green laminated fixture on top of it. There's a nice little lamp, and she pulls down the drawstring of it, and it clicks on. And she walks around the library, and she collects maybe 5 or 6 books, and then comes back and sits down across from you, and takes out each book one at a time. And she takes out one, and it seems to be covered in dust, and she blows it off, and maybe you cough a little bit. Roll Constitution. And
Oh, no.
while she flips through the pages, eventually she goes, oh, there we go. And then she brings it down and flips around in front of you as you hack and cough, like a lung is about to fall
Oh no.
out. But then you manage to get yourself back together, and you're looking at a hand-drawn pencil, like graphite kind of picture splayed across the 2 pages, and it's displaying these very large, muscle-bound men wearing these like strange armor that's a mixture of something biological but also mechanical, as it's like it's stuck to their body, and they have these abrupt noses that are just cut off, basically like it's just 2 nostrils. A lot of them are bald, but some of them have like some hair. It's all black and white. You don't know what color. They look proud. They look like gallant. They're waving a flag as some hold swords and other weapons, and they're trouncing across like enemies and other bodies and horses, and you've never seen one before, so perhaps it's some kind of horrifying creature. In the sky is depicted what looks to be ships of tremendous size, but it's just a drawing. So, who knows? And at the bottom is what appears to be written, the sovereignty of Orion.
Do I know what that is?
I think you
It's
probably do,
okay.
being as you are younger than your cohorts, but you are old enough to have remembered the war that took place during your childhood.
Okay.
And I think that those words are probably burned into your mind.
Okay.
Well, most
Alright.
genetically modified people come from here, from the sovereignty of Orion. I mean, I guess you can have it done a lot of, well, not anymore, now it's illegal. But before, you could just go and see the certain person responsible for the ceremony, the tradition, and from there they would modify most people before they were even born. It was still possible to have it done after you were an adult, but it's a lot more difficult, and for some reason they chose not to do it. It might have been more a traditions thing, though, more than a actual medicinal thing. A lot of it's not really recorded because it was treated more as a religious practice almost, rather than an actual medical procedure.
Religious practice?
Yeah, it's a tradition that was handed down through the sovereignty for, I don't know, centuries, millennia. They knew how to modify genes, and they did it to become better. They became better soldiers, they became better explorers, better colonizers, better fighters, better scholars, better everything. Whatever needed doing. If there was a planet that was too harsh to support normal life, then they'd just be able to make sure that their offspring would be able to live there happily. And I guess there's something nice about that, but, well, they tried to take planets that were already populated. And then the war started. And she seems bitter.
I've been told, or implied, they weren't friendly,
Well,
or didn't really conform to human standards.
people were worried that it wasn't gonna be humanity anymore if you just played with all the things that make you you, you know? I mean, what if you had a kid and someone else's kid and you're supposed to be human, both of you, all of you, but for some reason no more, you can't have offspring because the genes aren't close enough. I mean, how long before humanity is just fractured to pieces, before it's no longer what it used to be, before it's just a bunch of haphazard thrown together things that barely resemble what they used to be? I don't want to say that I disliked them, but I understand why the ISA took such a harsh reaction to it. And besides, you can't take over other worlds that were already populated with people.
Those that are, say, through second or third generation, whose parents were Engi, will they grow up to become the same as those who would take over populated planets? Ruthless?
Well, I don't really think so, Aurelio. There's nothing really about emotional linkage with these gene things. It's not like Leo, I don't really know the answer to that question. I don't think so. I guess you choose to be who you want to be.
Or they kind of like molds us over? You see.
I guess no matter what, you will have that weighing down on you, though. It's illegal now, and I guess given enough generations, most of those genetic modifications will just blend into normal humans and slowly fade away, maybe. Or maybe it's already too late and we've become something else.
Can I ask you a personal question, Magnolia?
Sure.
What are your opinions on those that are modified? Are they not human anymore? Do they not have? Are they allowed to have the same ideals? Are they allowed to follow God in the way that they would if they were human? Or does he look upon them differently?
I think that's a question for a fisherman, not me, Aurelio. I'm just some girl who runs the library desk.
You see. Well, thank you anyways. And he stands up and he kind of gives her a bow and shakes her hand.
Okay, she shakes it and then you go. Do you go?
Yeah, I'm going to see if there are fishermen here. I don't know if there are because it's like a different religion, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
He's on a mission.
That's fine. I guess in the
He needs to
meantime, we're
find
gonna go back to
people.
Abram and Nyx. Technically, you guys can. This would be a moment where we can stop and shop and do all that thing. But I'm gonna just be following Aurelio here and now and every now and then. I guess we're coming up on hour 2, hour 2.5. Like we're about halfway done with our festivities, and someone has already been fined with attempting to set the large yak alight.
No.
Somewhere in the distance, you hear Nick's curse.
What?
What?
Is she the one?
Did she try to set the yak alight?
No,
Oh my god.
no.
Next. I raised you better
Nick's
than that.
taking a smoke.
You see Maxwell the yak as he walks up and down the streets, jingling his
You
jingle
hear
bells.
like a. It's just a curse of like pain, like she hurt herself.
Jesus Christ. Nick.
What? Why?
What did you do?
I don't know what
Go
she
to
did.
Nyx.
We'll
What did
find
she
out
do?
later.
I was actually gonna
You'll
say,
find
can I
out
take my
later.
turn? Oh, okay.
No.
Nick, Abram, we're going to you.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I don't know. I'm walking around with bags.
All right, sounds
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
Okay. Does anybody
It's
have
just good.
anything that we
Nope.
want to be like looked at, or should I just
I
keep
mean-
following Aurelio for the next hour and a half?
Aurelio's doing
No,
like some
it's-
substance. I want
I
more Aurelio.
really want to know what happened to Nick. I
You'll find out
understand.
later. You'll
Okay,
find out later.
we'll find out what happened to Nyx later. I guess
Okay.
we're gonna follow you, Aurelio. I'm very sorry. You look up and down the streets, but you find no church devoted to your religion.
Do I find a church?
A church? Yeah, you do.
Like just like
but
a,
it's a,
just
it's,
like a generic church, or
it's a no. It's not a generic church. It's actually it's a Protestant religion compared to your more contemporary, more traditional.
okay, I see.
You see that there's many prophets,
New,
but not everybody agrees that every one of those is necessarily a prophet
yeah.
of our
Okay.
our Lord and Savior. And so some people disagree with that, and they say, okay, well, these 5 prophets are true prophets, but those 3 are merely saints and followers. And then other people say, well, all of them are prophets in their own right, and yada yada yada. The fight goes on. If you're satisfied,
Aurelius, he's open enough. He'll go and he just believes in God and his prophets. But if other people don't believe in his prophets, that's
okay,
cool.
then you
He's-
look up at a
But they
large.
all are like the same God, though, right? Like they're all like God.
I mean, some people will argue against that.
All right, well, I'm gonna ask him.
Go right on in. I think you'll be satisfied.
It's either
uh,
them or the yak. I don't know.
You look up at this large pointed building, and it has a beautiful stained glass window that has this picture of what appears to be like almost like a koi fish, a symbolic fish that's swimming around in its own pond, and it's multicolored with 1,000 different things, 1,000 different colors. And you head inside, and you see the many amounts of pews, the stepped up stage at the end where you know that the fisherman would stay and do his sermon.
I thought this wasn't the fisherman though.
No, it's still fisherman. It's just not your
not my-
branch.
Okay, got it.
It's like how Catholicism
Yeah.
is like 14 different other
Yeah.
religions.
This was just me testing
Okay,
to see
I gotcha.
how traditional Aurelio was, and the answer is he's just more in general. I like God, and that's fine.
He's just more like he's a God loving man.
I
That's just how he
understand.
was raised. God loving man. There's like 1 or 2 prophets that he strongly follows.
I understand. Yeah, there's several prophets and several saints.
It's like how some people are like, "This is my patron saint." And that's kind of how he is. He's
I
like,
understand.
"This is my patron
You should tell me
prophet."
about whoever that is sometime. That'd be very interested to know. But right now, that'd be a lot of pressure to put
Oh,
on you. We're not going to worry about
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah.
You go to the end and you see a tall man who's graying severely, and he's got a black salt and pepper mustache, and he's just setting alight different candles and seemingly just carrying to incense and whatnot. You see other people inside as well, and some are sitting at the pews, but nobody's like too busy, if that makes any sense. He's wearing a mostly black garb, save for a intricately designed golden not golden, silver fish shape emblem around his it's a necklace around his neck. Wow, that was a really
Cool.
difficult sentence for me to get out. He's wearing
It's
a fish
bracelet
necklace.
for his neck.
He's wearing a fish necklace and it's silver.
Okay, cool. Is he a father or like a pastor?
Oh yeah, he's pretty up there.
He's father level.
Yeah,
I
he's
gotcha.
father level.
Bishop.
Yes, my child. Nice to see you. How you doing? I haven't seen your face around here. My name is Simon. How can I help you?
Hello. Yeah, I don't live around here. I just came here with some friends for some stuff.
Are you one of the traders? We're not usually getting them for another week.
Uh, not quite. More explorers, if you would.
Oh, forgive me. I really shouldn't be prying too much into what you're doing. Can I assist you?
Oh no, please, it's okay. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. That'd be okay?
Why, certainly. Would you prefer someplace more private, or is this fine enough where we are?
Somewhere private, please.
Understandable. Please follow me back to my study.
Thank you.
And you go with him back into a small room, just in the back, and it appears to actually also have a bunk. He seems to live here as well as study. There's a large mahogany desk, very old, several dents and scrapes and scratches in it, and a cushioned chair in front, more of a slick leather kind of feel to it, but it feels mostly comfortable enough.
Nice.
A large window to the left lets in light.
Is this the kind of church where it has like stained glass and stuff?
Only in the main area. He doesn't have a stained glass thing in his private study. That would be a little
Too much.
yeah, for a man of the cloth.
Improper. Yeah. Alright, cool.
So what can I help you with?
Well, I came across some news recently that
Mhm.
I don't know how to handle, and I have been stuck in one way of thinking my whole life, and to get something told to you that you're not prepared for, I'm not sure how to accept it.
Well, I suppose that life is full of moments where you're forced to reevaluate what you once thought to be true in order to make way for a more enlightened perspective. I wouldn't shy away from it. I will not say it will be easy, but I can argue that you'll be the better for it. Do you want to elaborate more? I'd hate to give you good advice based around something that I don't know much about.
Sure, of course. I've recently found out that I might not be 100% human, as I had always been brought up to think.
I understand. Indeed, you are young.
I
About the right age
I'm-
group for this sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember the war, and I don't have the best memories acquainted with it, sir, and
No, many of
I've
us
always-
don't.
I've always blamed those who were modified for my own misgivings, and I don't know if I can forgive myself for doing so or for being one if what I heard was true. Does God forgive those who are modified as he does those who are human?
Well, I suppose that's an interesting... You must forgive me, young man, but I'm not truly familiar with the exact process involved in becoming what it is that made those soldiers what they were, and while I would love to argue that they were indeed an evil thing, I can only say that what they did was evil, but I cannot say that all humans are themselves. I think that so long as they are able to make the choices that they make, that still defines them as human, and while other people might think otherwise. What is your name, young one?
Aurelio, sir.
Aurelio. No, many people they were hurt during the war. There's many people that you'll find even here who've lost loved ones to the conflict, and I think that the only thing that can be said for certain is that war itself is an evil thing, but those who participate in it, no, I don't feel that would be a justified thing to say. I think that the Lord I think he'd be willing to forgive the nature of one's birth, and maybe also any mistakes they might have made along the way during their later life, if they are willing to. be kind to one another. And I think that you should be kind to yourself.
I see. Thank you, sir. That helps me.
Indeed, I hope that that's fine. Will I be seeing you for Mass on Sunday?
I don't know if I'll be able to stay quite that long.
I see. I understand. No pressure.
Would it be okay to keep in touch perhaps, though, if I need to?
I suppose if you would. Where are you from?
I'm from La Fuente, Sargasso, sir.
Whoa, my, that's a long way to come. Are you sure there isn't some place there you'd feel more comfortable with communing with? I don't want to steal someone's followers.
I keep in touch, but it's not somewhere I can go back to anytime soon.
I think I understand. He says, acknowledging how ominous that statement might sound. Aurelio, you'll find many people in these many worlds throughout the sector who are all different in one way or another. We as humans have stretched out amongst the stars, and I think that even if someone isn't genetically modified, you'll be finding all kinds of different ways of life, and if we are to demerit anyone for the way they choose to live, then we would have to live with the fact that someone else would be doing the same to us. Everyone's going to be different regardless of the way they were born, and how they choose to live their lives is what's going to justify how they should feel about themselves. I think as long as you try to be a good person, you can be prideful.
Aurelio's like tearing up a little bit, but he's not crying because he's too much of a manly man for that. But he's a little misty, and he just kind of looks down and goes, "Thank you, sir."
Okay, well, goodbye, young man. You have an excellent festivity night.
You as well, you as well. Will you be going out to join everybody?
Oh, sure, surely. It's not my holiday, I suppose, but they've welcomed me into it, and I surely want to participate.
Sounds like fun, dude.
You got it, man.
Aurelio gives him a high five,
Oh my god.
and then he shakes his hand, like politely. And he gives like a little bow, and he makes his way out. And I think he's gonna go shopping around the shopping area and see if we can meet up with everybody else. I guess.
Okay.
He's gonna do some shopping first, and then meet up.
I think it's at this moment that we look around, and Aurelia, you see a young man, shirtless, wearing basketball shorts. He looks a little inebriated, and he's being dragged away by what looks to be two police officers, and in his hand is a pocket of matches.
Oh.
Aurelia does not. He understands immediately, and he just kind of sighs and like holds his hand up to his forehead and just kind of like cinches his eyebrows together, and then he just looks up at the sky, just breathes out, and just keeps walking. He doesn't want to get into it.
Okay, at this moment, I think I'm going to say you get to Mueller's bait and tackle shop, and he says, "Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout!
Oh boy!
I'm so happy.
10% off everything on the list.
Oh, thank you, sir. That's great. That's fantastic.
Just ring the bell if you need anything. Ding.
Oh, thank you.
And at this point, let's officially go. What do you guys want to buy? You've all got $300 each. You've split the $900 three ways, presumably. You got $300, and you can do anything that's on the list of things that is purchasable. I feel like at some point I should probably put a link in the video that's like, hey, this is what we've been like referring to this entire time.
There's stuff that I have to. Okay, there's like obviously there's like secret stuff.
Yeah,
but, like,
don't worry about the gift thing. I'm saying like,
Yeah.
what's this? Do you choose to buy anything that's like a gameplay, like
I
a
need
piece
to
of
buy
equipment?
stuff for my mud puppies.
That's fine. I understand. But
Can you like show me like a
the mud puppy section?
Yo-ho.
We'll save that towards the end. We're gonna let's talk about other stuff and then mud puppy stuff. Because I'm gonna be honest. The mud
Abram-
puppy stuff I'm not too worried about the cost of.
Okay,
so
cool.
that's
so you
why
just be like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, well, I might say like, oh, it cost you $10. So
Yeah.
but
Abram
that's,
told me not to do anything.
well, I think we're towards I'm asking about the money that you buy that you're gonna spend on equipment and things from the list, like in terms of stuff that affects your questing abilities, and I feel like that we can do. So has there been anything on the list of stuff that you were interested in purchasing? You can buy things from the previous lists as well, even though they're from technically Sargasso. We got Amazon Prime in the future. You can just express delivery that shit straight to your door.
God.
Abram, are we a go?
Huh?
Are we a go to look at the... I don't want to
Yeah, look
anger
at the
Abram,
list.
he has a
No,
store.
there's
What
nothing,
did you say?
There's nothing on the list. There's nothing on the list that is secret. Please, for the love of God, look at it and tell me what you want
Yeah.
to buy.
We're buying. You can buy.
we don't-
I'm talking about.
Don't worry
Anyway.
about what he's talking about. I'll let you
Okay.
know.
I was gonna say,
I'm
We-
in
okay,
control.
so we don't have the white seal hatchet. That's what I put into the thing. I'm
Yeah,
beating myself up with.
that was. I'll let you. I'm honest with you here. I put it in as something that was potentially something you could buy, and then I realized, oh no, that would be so much better to find as a loot thing, and then I just changed it, but I left it on the
And then
thing.
Yeah, and then I got rid of it by blowing myself up.
I thought you got it back.
well, it just flew across the room.
No, it's. Oh wait, no, I did take it back.
Yeah,
Ah,
you knocked it out with the wooden handle of the sledgehammer.
you're
It was
right.
really clever
Okay.
how you got it back, so I want you to have
Yeah.
it.
No, I have that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a description of what it is. It's a 1d8
It's so
battle
obvious.
axe that is
You
for
already have
cutting to things. It's a slashy. It's a hacky slashy strengthy kind of thing. And
I
it
feel
has
like
the,
I'm not even gonna use that as a weapon. I'm just gonna put it on like the wall on our ship, and anyone who needs it can just take
I
it.
mean, do whatever the
Sounds
fuck you
good to
want with
me.
it. It's got the
It's just like,
insignia
oh, here's
of
our wall of melee weapons.
it's got the insignia of the Daybreakers on the bottom hilt.
Dude, we could pretend to be daybreakers.
We are the Daybreakers.
Cosplay. I really like the Red Sun's mercenary long gun.
Mm-hmm.
The assault rifle designed for close quarters ship to ship combat.
Indeed.
Also does 1d8 plus dex piercing, but it's two-handed, which is kind of a bummer for me because I'm a dual gunner.
It is, but however, you're not going to be able to get anything that hard hitting unless it's like I think 1d6
Yeah.
is the highest you're going to get for dual-handed stuff because it has to
Yeah.
maintain the light property, and there's no weapon
Yeah.
over a 1d6 that has light property, which
Yeah,
is fine
so,
because I mean that adds up to that's up to a d12, but the rifle will have a longer range. It's going to hit harder.
Yeah, how much longer is the range? Because it's 30 feet for the pistol, for the light weapon. How much
It's
is it for mercenary gun?
I'll check because there is a specific thing that I was using for it, but I think it's 50 feet.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So this, just gonna call it the Mystic Staff.
Sure.
This staff acts as a quarterstaff if I'm not like.
Yeah, it's just a
like,
quarterstaff
using-
if you choose to smash somebody in the face with it. I'm sorry, Aurelio. It's up to 80 feet for the assault rifle.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a
Because
hunting
it
rifle.
is because it is the Mystic Staff. Does it scale with my intelligence or my dexterity?
No, if you're just beating somebody with it, I think that's just your muscle power.
Okay, so my strength.
Yeah.
So you're
Damn.
gonna just beat someone with it?
Also, quarterstaffs do two damage, like two different like damage, like first damage and then like secondary damage.
What? Can you explain that to me? Are you referring to the versatile property?
Yes.
A versatile property is when a weapon wielded in one hand will do a certain amount of damage, and if you choose to two-hand it, it will do a different amount of damage. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, I will let you get away with that because it's in the book and you deserve it.
Yay!
You remember that other DM for another campaign.
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah, it's just if you choose to beat someone with it. Well, I don't want you to feel like it's surpassed your other melee weapons in terms of this staff was not meant to be the end-all be-all of weapons for you.
I know, but I still want to use it.
You can hit people with it, but like you have a superbly powerful battle knife that I thought you would prefer to be using instead of the staff.
I want to be well-rounded.
You're very well-rounded. Even though it doesn't do that much damage in terms of stuff, it still is like a different damage type, so you can rest assured knowing that now you got bludgeoning covered.
Yeah.
You got slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning all in one character.
Okie dokie.
So, did you bring this up because you planned on selling the staff? I mean, we can try to work something out.
I just wanted to get that out of the way and figure things out.
How much money would that sell for, though, if we were to go down that road?
Nyx will
Welcome to
kill
Pawn
you
Shop. Hey,
Nyx
we're
would
here on
kill
Pawn
you if you-
Stars. I'm thinking that it's going to be like $350 just because it's a well-worn staff, and I think that we're going to have trouble reselling it.
If you even so much as attempt to
I mean, he can't
touch the
it.
staff,
Like, he can't.
She will literally murder you. I hope you realize.
You can rest assured, knowing that I have no corporeal body in this narrative, and Aurelio can physically not touch it. That's not true.
Yeah.
He can actually touch it if he tried.
It flings me back. I wanna get more lockpicks.
Okay, sure. Go buy more lockpicks. Go buy more file set stuff. Go buy another set of files.
How much do I get from that? It's 5.
It should be marked on there.
I can't find it.
Oh,
That's the
please,
issue.
Lord. Please, Lord in heaven. You know what?
I've been scrolling through.
Yeah, it's 5.
I
It's
thought it was
listed
like
under files.
5 for 10 or something.
Oh God. All right, fine. You've pressed my
File
hand.
set. Wait. File set. 6 assorted files and rasp.
There
for
you
wood
go.
and metalworking. So that's what I need.
It's
So that's 50.
6 for 50, but you get 10% off.
Oh, so it's 40.
Big summer blowout. No,
Right? Did I do my math right?
Oh, you can only get the discount if you can do the math yourself.
Ah!
What is it? 10% off?
It's
of what?
10%.
Looks like I can't get it, guys.
Leo,
what's the base price?
what is blank times 10 to get you 50?
5.
Yeah, that's so. Would you say that
Oh, it's
5 is
45.
1/10 of? Yeah, there you go. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I haven't taken a math class in years. It's 45.
It's $45. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'll take that because we need those. They've been coming in handy, and I don't have any more left.
Yeah.
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 Anybody else want to speak up about something that they wanted to buy, purchase, or peruse?
I am going to trade in my 50 bullets.
For staff.
The big man looks at you and goes, "Ooh, these are fancy."
I want to trade out with bolts.
You want to trade the bullets for crossbow bolts?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Well, let me work that out for you.
These are very high quality bolts. Very versatile. Works with any weapon. Except for semi-automatics.
You give me 50 bullets, I'll give you 30 bullets.
I don't think you understand. These are blued steel bullets.
No, they're not. you can't
Damn
make,
it.
You can't make up. Well, I mean, you can lie to him, but they're not.
Damn. Never mind that.
You bring Morelio over, and he'll do it for you.
He will.
No
If I-
qualms with the big guy.
Okay. I'm going to be straight up with you.
Oh yeah.
If I...
Oh yeah.
It'll take some time. But I can also throw in the mechanics for a handgun.
Why would I want to buy a handgun?
I
Got
mean...
you. He's got you next.
They're normal people next.
Are you a black market seller? Well, I
No.
mean,
Vic,
I
Vic, just take what you got and go.
No.
Go, Vic, go.
Abram
just-
looks over, panicked.
I just want to... I wanted to try something new.
Oh no,
and
I'm just kidding. I suppose if you go and show it to me, I can try and give you a price.
She pops out the gun out of her arm.
Okay, no need for a stick up.
It's not aimed towards him. She like has her arm like across her like chest, and it's like out of her arm now.
Miss, it's very cool, but I have a feeling that not many people are going to be able to use it if it inherently requires you to remove an arm.
Nah, it doesn't. I can easily take out the mechanics, and it'll work just as any regular handgun.
Can you leave this here with me for the next hour?
Leave your arm
My
next.
arm?
Leave your arm next.
I
Leave it.
have to examine the thing you want to sell.
Take it off.
You can take the pieces out, you can use the tools.
Take it all off.
I just
Show me your nub, girl.
let me
Oh my god.
let me remind you.
Just show me the barrel, the receiver, the loading mechanism, the firing pin, and then we can see what we can do.
She starts pointing out the mechanics, like leaning her arm again on the table, and she starts pointing out the mechanics, kind of like I can't remove this arm.
Well, then
I
how
hope
are you going to
understand this.
sell it?
I can take it apart. I just need a screwdriver and a couple of tools. And
Okie dokie. He takes out a big toolbox from underneath the desk and puts it down on the table for you.
she looks at the other two. This is going to be a while.
Aurelio was just
Ooh,
like
you're the one who wants to
shrugged.
sell it. Yeah, Abram does too.
She starts taking apart her arm.
What are you planning on putting this towards another purchase, or are you just trying to pawn?
I want to switch out for a crossbow that can be installed in my arm.
Oh, okie dokie. Well, I can see what we have.
And she's still
I'll be right
taking
back.
this apart.
What a fucking mess.
That
I'm just
you ignore that, but like that's gonna happen in the background. But what else are you gonna plan on buying?
I'm also going to buy the. Oh, whoops, I pressed the button.
Don't press any buttons.
Where is it? It's the belt thingy.
The belt thingy, the grappling hook.
Utility belt?
No,
Or whatever.
the extra shield.
Oh, you want to buy the extra? Yeah, that's fine. Everybody can buy that once, so this will be your once.
The what?
There's a shield
the
thing.
shield.
There's a shield upgrade, so you can get +1 AC. Everybody can buy
Oh,
it
the
once.
thing I have?
Yeah, the thing that he
Yeah,
has.
you've
Abram
joined me.
walks over and he like slowly pulls apart his shirt, and you see this beautiful leather harness caressing his
Aurelio was like
nipples.
covering his eyes. He's like, he's flashing us next. He's flashing us.
Oh my god.
It looks like whatever you want it to look like. It's just a strip of electronics that has to go around your body. It has to be 360 degrees. But other than that, it's just whatever. It can be anything, any visual aesthetic you prefer. I don't care.
Yes.
It needs to be a ubiquitous thing, though. It can't just be like, oh, my button. Like just some, preferably like a belt or like a harness or like a strip, like something that goes across the shoulders, something that looks, at the very least, like it would cover all angles, but like it doesn't have to.
So add 1 to my armor class.
Yes, after you pay for it.
Yeah, done.
Don't get ahead of yourself. All right, fine. Yeah, and 10% off. So make sure you mark down. I believe that's
we don't know that, DM.
170.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Why'd you make this hard for us?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you money back for Christmas, you little gremlins.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could have done the math.
Loved us.
I could have done the math for all 300 items that I've made. I didn't know what you were gonna buy.
Yeah, you have to be prepared.
You can't.
Wow.
I
You could
can't
have
do
asked
that.
us ahead of time.
I can't read.
So
Also, it's $100
$90.
so 10% off is 90. You fucking animal! God damn you! It's the easiest math to do on the paper. Go fuck yourself. You're kicked out of the game.
It's not that easy. 112.
That's the last one.
And then the other one's 90.
Yeah, the shield
Yeah.
is 90.
112
With a
and 90.
10%
Remember
discount.
that.
Yep.
112, 90.
No, you
112.
remember that. It's not my
112.
problem.
112 and 90.
Oh god.
Minus 112. Minus 90 is 48. Thanks, guys. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Abram. You were the biggest supporter in that.
Big summer blowout.
Okay, I got it. Okay, can I big summer blowout your ass? Sorry. Aurelio goes over, very classy, and he's like, "I'm gonna buy this," and he puts the shield on himself. He just sticks it on himself,
Oh,
and
you're
he
gonna
hands the
buy
guy the
that
money.
too?
Yeah, he keeps dying. So,
Okay.
Abram's just like, please.
and then he's also buying that giant ass gun.
You're gonna buy a rifle.
I'm gonna buy the Red
Why?
Sun's mercenary long gun.
Okay.
Why?
And the ammo. Do I need different ammo, or can I use the ammo that I have?
Everything that has a no, it's 1d8 and 1d6. Those are two different ammo types.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
need ammo too.
The damage that it does is different, so that you have
Okay.
to have a different bullet for it. So yep.
So I buy ammo as well.
Okay.
So that 10 times
Big
2,
summer
so that's
18. It's $18. It's 18. It's 18.
okay. So now I have so I have $20, $20.1, and I also have a giant gun. I go up to Abram and I show him my gun, and I'm like, Abram, look at my gun. Are you proud of me?
He is
Dad?"
very impressed by the gun.
It's a pretty good gun.
No, truly, he does. He appreciates it. He's like, wow.
Yeah.
Nick's
Can you
is still
shoot that?
taking apart this.
Aurelio kind of looks at it and he goes, "Not inside, Abram."
And he stands there for a second. Can you shoot it in battle when you need to shoot it?
He kind of goes, "Psh, psh, "Of course I can. I've shot. I have no idea how this works.
Are outlaws
Nick's looks at
proficient in
Abram.
rifles?
Please.
I'm proficient in
Leo, I don't know if you're proficient in rifles.
I'm proficient in whatever I say I'm proficient in.
I think you're proficient in pistols and shotguns.
No, I'm not proficient in shotguns.
Even better.
Even better. I mean, you can
This
still,
is-
yeah, you can
this
still
is-
use it.
This is a long
you can still
gun,
use
Yeah, you can still use it.
and I think
fine.
I am proficient in it. So actually, let me check.
We'll-
oh my god!
We'll see.
Oh my god!
Are you okay?
Nyx?
Is that real, or are you trying to get attention?
Wrong pipe.
Oh.
Sorry.
Be careful.
Nyx is choking on the grease from her own hand. And the,
Nyx is
and
a
the big man
monster.
is just
Sorry.
like patting her on the back softly.
Hey, where's the hyperlanes link? There you go. Woohoo!
Give me a minute. It's almost done.
We'll take care of that at a later
Uh-huh.
date and time. Leo, even if you're not proficient now, that
I
doesn't.
can still use it.
You can
Doesn't
still
matter.
use it. Yeah, you just.
But I'm just
you
saying, I
won't
want
get
to
the
see if I
proficiency
can.
bonus.
I just need to check.
Yeah, and who's to say that you won't eventually become proficient in it later due to training or something?
Let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Abram's just like, I'll show you how to use it.
If Abram is proficient in it.
I can't
I don't know.
find classes,
Wait.
but I found an ability called Beef.
Okay.
How would I know?
I would check the muscle class, even though that's not really what your class
Okay.
is, and just see what it's proficient in.
I'll look and I'll look now since I mean when it's my turn, I'll take my turn.
Whatever you
Yeah,
want to do,
no.
yeah. You guys really don't have to worry about this too much right now if you don't want it. We can just get on with the other stuff in the meantime. Or
Can
you
we?
can
Whose
just
turn is
buy
it? What's going on?
I don't know.
I already bought my stuff.
Yeah, Nixie comes back with
Rolling
crossbow
around.
parts, and it looks like you could probably fit it in yourself if you had some time and some dedication. It's $100 for all the parts together, but if you're gonna trade in the pistol, he'll put it down to 80.
80 and then an additional 10%.
He just looks at you with like a weary eye and like a very dark expression over his face. Roll persuasion.
Uh-oh.
It's Christmas.
You angry
I also,
yoo-hoo.
this is my
It's
only
you.
weapon.
Aurelia, don't call him that.
is that derogatory?
Please, it's Christmas. 15.
Fine, because it's the holiday.
Aw, the yoo-hoo's okay with it.
Yay! So 80 minus 8.
Yes.
I'm not proficient with it.
72.
Okay.
I'm proficient with
And
pistols.
he's going to give you 30 bolts for all your bullets.
All right. And is there any specialty bullets too?
Yes, there is. You look on the counter and you see standard broadhead ammunition, cut, slice, dabby wabbies. You see a superheated bolt that's for piercing through the ice when you're ice fishing. And then you see a tranquilizer. For the big game, like some owlbear.
Oh.
It'll put someone to sleep if you roll high enough.
All right. I am going to do.
If you roll high enough.
I was going to purchase these separately.
Okay.
Different credit cards.
Unless
going-
you get 30 standard bolts. If you want to mix in some special ones, that's fine, but it's going to be one special one for every two. But then you can just purchase them separately if you want. That's fine too. Then we'll deal with that separately as well.
All right.
Otherwise, you have 30 normal broadhead
All
bolts.
I'm going to let me just do a little bit of math.
Okay. While you're doing that, Abram, what are you going to be purchasing?
A compass,
A compass,
some day clothes,
some day clothes.
Ooh, fancy.
and
Sure to
the
buy one get one
personal-
free.
What? Really?
Really?
Get one free, Abram. Get one free.
Buy one get one free.
Buy one get one free.
Mm. Okay, I'll do that.
Yoo-hoo.
Woohoo.
Hold on. BOGO. Okay. I have to open the shop thing because I closed it, but I'm also buying the personal maneuvering thrusters.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to read them for the audience.
You probably should because they're about to break my game.
Who?
You? What do you mean who? The what? What? Read them.
I'm not breaking anything.
I
I'm a
said
good
you're
boy.
about to.
No.
No.
You can't prove it. Your
Really?
turn is
Yeah,
to
read
be
the
Abram.
thing.
Personal maneuvering thrusters. Sturdy and compact jets affixed to the calves and forearm. Designed for use in zero-G interior repair and feature electronic motors to avoid burning precious oxygen. For this reason, it will not work in a vacuum. When in use in atmosphere, the user has a fall speed of 60 feet per second for up to 1 minute and will not suffer damage when falling from extreme heights. Can be used once per day or by expending a level 1 gambit slot.
Okie dokie.
Abram can fly now?
He's got
No, I
fall.
have-
He's got feather fall
Yeah.
once per day. Also, I think it goes without saying, but the fall needs to take place within the course of 1 minute because that's the length that the thing goes for. So don't get
Yes.
any mysterious thoughts about like jumping off the orbital elevator.
Jump off the orbital elevator.
I don't think I think it'll work on basically everything else, but don't get crafty about the orbital elevator.
Why would I jump off the orbital?
I'm just I don't know, but I feel
would.
like it's gonna happen.
Fast
would.
forward to the day.
I want it, please, if we ever get fans, hard cut from then to wherever it is 50 episodes from now.
No. I knew this day would come.
Okay, is that all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much does that add up to?
Oh, let me see. Don't worry, I have this under control. I just need to open the. 72 plus blah, blah, blah. Alright, 90 credits. I have now spent.
Really?
What?
You spent 90. Oh, I guess, yeah, personal maneuvering thrusters were 90% of that purchase, and then you bought like $5 worth of shirts and a compass.
Yeah.
Alright.
The only other thing I could think of, does this store have a mysterious box?
That depends.
On.
How badly you roll this
Wanna-
persuasion roll.
I want it.
Yoo-hoo.
Oh god, I'm not good at persuasion.
Big summer blowout!
Now you know why I wanted this.
I had to go and watch the fucking scene it was from because I didn't know what the hell you were talking about last time.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you know.
The last time I saw
Alright.
the movie. Yeah. mhm.
Grim's at the checkout. He kind of puts his forearm on the counter and he leans in.
Show some cleave.
Is this? His chest is very wonderful and juicy, and he says, "Do you have anything else in this shop for sale?"
What
Like
are
your
you
body.
referring to? Maybe something more like in the crossbow section?
The crossbow section. What? I'm thinking the box section.
The box section? Well, I suppose I can look in the back, but I mean, roll your persuasion roll.
11.
Okay. An 11, huh?
An 11.
All right.
And a fat stack in my wallet.
And a fat fucking stack. All right. You know what? He says, "I'll be back," and then he disappears into the back room.
Yeah.
Prepare to give up $60,
Mm-hmm.
and
60.
we'll get
That's
back to
worth
you.
price.
That's marked up.
Yeah, it is.
I know it's a tough economy, guys. It's a tough economy.
Oh my god, it's fine. I want it because I hadn't had enough credits before. Like I was buying stuff I wanted, and I kept running out of money. But now I have enough, so I don't care.
Mhm.
We need to do more odd jobs.
The's side
We need
quests.
to kill more people.
You can find
Yeah.
side quests. You can
No,
make side
no,
quests.
Abram, that's not what
Yeah,
I said.
wait, no.
I said
yeah.
odd job.
No.
Abram. Odd jobs does not mean murder.
Is everybody else good on what they're purchasing? Nix, you were talking about this crossbow. Are you satisfied
Yep,
with that?
I'm getting 10 heated bolts, 10 trank bolts.
10 trank bolts. Sounds good. Gonna purchase that. How much is that gonna cost you all in all?
That cost me $90 for both the trank and heated bolts. Like 40,
actually,
45 credits for heated, 45 for trank, together 90.
Sounds great.
wait a minute. I need more ammo too. Or I'm keeping track of my like.
That's
how much
good.
ammo
I've been actually
So I'll
trying to keep track of it as well.
So altogether, I should have 50 ammunition in total.
That's a huge amount of ammunition. That you guys asked, like, why is it so expensive? Because that's like 100 fucking rounds. We're gonna end the game before you go through 50 bullets.
Yeah,
Watch.
I still have my original. I still have 18 for my nail
Yeah, I
gun.
still
and I
have-
started with 30. I've used
Yeah,
12.
you can only use like 2 a round. I guess
Next
Abram is going to
year-
be on the fast track to using more ammunition
Wow.
pretty soon, but
Huh?
well, Abram, you've done a class that has multiple attacks per round.
Oh yeah.
Which means
also,
you
I
can
can't
shoot
find
more.
the ammo. On the
What's your class?
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe it's because the ammo is actually on a secret thing. It's the same as the crossbow.
Okay.
It's the same as the ammo for the assault rifle that that he bought. It's the same amount of money. It's just a different. It's just a different.
Abram,
thing.
what's your damage? What's
What's your
class?
fucking damage?
Abram starts crying.
Oh.
What's your class?
I don't know
dude?
right now because I switched classes and we're
Oh,
about to
sweet.
level up, so like my shit's all like weird right now.
Okay, cool.
DM,
I'm sorry.
if you
Sorry.
on your
Let me
own
know.
time,
I will.
if on your own time, if you wanna send me over the description, like what I have to do in order to succeed on a heat bolt and trank bolt
Oh,
throw.
I will let you know what's going to be pulling the curtain away. Heat bolt and normal bolt are the same thing. It's just one does heat damage while the other one does piercing damage, which is going to be useful for role-playing things. You just might need a huge amount of heat at one point, but also some creatures and things are weak to heat damage or vulnerable to heat damage, or at the very least, they aren't. They might be resistant to normal damage, and the only way you can damage it is with heat damage or something. And
Right.
then
And what's the attack?
the tranquilizer. Oh, that's just plus your dexterity.
Oh,
Yes,
alright, so
same as the
it's-
pistol. The tranquilizers.
And that's for all of my all of the bolts are dex based.
All the bolts are
Exactly.
deck based except for the tranquilizer. How many tranquilizer ones did you buy?
I bought 10.
You bought 10. Holy shit. That's fine. It's going to be handled a similar way to the actual Dungeons & Dragons spell Sleep, but with some differences to account for the fact that you can cast it, in theory, 10 times a day, or infinitely, depending on how much money you're willing to spend. So we'll talk. But it's going to be handled the same way. You're going to be just rolling to see if you hit in the first place, and then if you do, you're going to then roll like 4d6s, and if you surpass the amount of hit points that the creature has left, they pass out.
Okay. And how much damage do the bolts? Is it just whatever the crossbow
Yeah,
is?
it's the crossbow. It's 1d6.
Okay.
The crossbow
Okay.
can only fling them so far, whereas bullets can change because they can have different powder levels, powder charges. The crossbow is limited by how strong the bow itself is.
Okay.
Which
And
is why I put it the way it did.
regardless of what I do, they all do like even if I miss like a heat or trank throw, it'll still do that damage, right? It'll still do damage. It just won't have that special effect.
What? No, if you miss a shot, you miss a shot. It's gonna work
Oh.
just like shooting with the pistol. You roll to see if you pass the AC of the target, and you'll hit them, and you'll do heat damage, or you'll hit them and you'll do piercing damage, or you'll hit them,
Okay.
and then we're gonna roll to see if you do the tranquilizer thing. It sounds
Okay.
unfortunate, but like you can literally cast these infinitely because it's ammunition based as opposed to spell slot based or gambit slot based. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you still have to see if you hit them. You still gotta have aim.
Yay! Okay. I thought it was gonna be way more difficult than I thought it would be.
No, I want to keep it simple.
Right, super.
All right. Anything else that you're gonna purchase alongside that though?
Nope. I got my shield belt, I got the crossbow parts, and I've got the bolts.
Okay. Abram.
Yep.
The man comes back out from the back room. He's got a large cardboard box in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. You mark off that $60. You can't get it back.
And do I also not get 10% off?
That's why it's $60.
How much?
It's $54 because it's 10% off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
60.
exactly.
Okay. Now then. That's better. Yep, okay. Come on. I want it.
Okay. He holds it out
Oh my,
to you.
I fist the box.
And it appears to you give it to you. I know I'm describing this as if it's a normal thing that you can purchase, but you cannot give it back if you don't like it. He
Yeah.
holds out to you a weird brass box, and on it appears to be 4 different sections.
Mm-hmm.
And within each of those sections are these different nodes of a green fluid, just waiting to be released.
I'm afraid.
It is a box with the 4 different sections. You break them, and aerosol is released, and those who sniff it in gain the effects of the Bless spell from Dungeons & Dragons. I will be sending you the link now. You don't need to search it.
I got it.
Okay, it's too late. I've already sent it. It
What?
is a...
No, I was just typing it in my thing.
That's
so I
fine.
forgot.
It's a minor buff that is something that you can cast upon a friend or several friends, I think, to give them saving throw advantages and other such things that are good for when you're about to get in a fight or a dungeon.
Alright, guys, take a sniff. We're on them.
Take a fucking sniff, babe. You bless up to 3 creatures in your choice within range, which is 30 feet. Whenever the target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before this ends, the target can add a d4 to that number on the attack roll or the saving throw. So it's just plus 1d4 to attacking or saving for the next minute. Which is
So
to
he's got
say,
this spell?
what? He can cast this 4 times before it's done forever.
Oh, okay.
So it's limited, but sounds pretty good to me.
Mm.
Fancy.
It is finite.
It is finite. I mean, 4 is a pretty good number. Amount.
It is.
It's a minor buff, so you don't have to worry
Well,
too
it
much
says
about.
I have to roll a d4. So
Well,
it could be like,
they can add the d4, but it's every time. It's not consistent, so it's just 1d4 every time. Oh, it might be 4, it might be 1.
that's what I'm saying. It might just be 1.
It's still 1 more than they would have had anyway.
That's also
Either
one
way.
one less thing I have.
Going up
But
in the
that's-
world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I believe that is what you got.
Delicious. Let me put that on my list. 'cause I'm
Yumma
not
dum
gonna
dums. Yeah, that's potentially an increase in 20% likelihood of hitting. Or at the very least, a plus 5% chance of hitting.
remember.
Between 5 and 20% increase. On average, like what, 10%? Average of, no, I guess it's a little higher. Average
I'm
of
not
like
here for
17%. I'm here for the math. I like it.
Abram's me.
I'm not here for math. I say slamming down the money to pay for my things.
I just want you to know whether it's going to be useful. All right, yeah, you pay for your thing. Anybody else paying for anything? We good? We going? We going?
You're good.
I'm good.
All right, get the fuck out of my shop.
Oh, no.
He just loses the accent and everything. Alright, get the fuck out.
You purchased the secret item. I don't have any more purpose here anymore. He takes out a gun and shoots himself.
No!
No!
Oh, it's the end of the big summer blowout. Tell all your friends.
Dark's almost
It's the end. He's dead.
Have fun with the straw goat.
the straw goat. Okay.
Oh, I mean yak. It's a yak.
I think you're a fake.
He's on to us. He rips off the beard.
True or feared wouldn't call it a goat. You're a fake.
You've seen goats. You've seen other farm animals. People are getting ready for the feast. Actually, it's getting close to the festive hour. I think that you guys would probably go back around to the town square. If you choose to do something else, you can. But the saloon is open. It's more like a tavern than a saloon, though it sells alcohol and it's a buzz with people. Lots of things are happening. Overhead, an aircraft flies. Abram, you recognize it as an ISF. ISF make. It heads over to the outpost from above. Perhaps there is something above you docked.
Perhaps.
They're docking.
Aurelia, you walk in and immediately you're face to face with the biggest turducken you've ever seen.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. That's what I live for.
People are all
Nick is
carving off
gonna
a slice and having a good time. Beer is going around, meat is going around, ale is going around. We got some delicious hot chocolate as well. Turducken.
Is it spiked?
Is it spiked? Only if you want it to be.
I'm
Yes,
having
please.
some spike.
You have
Oh
some
my God.
spiked. Aurelio,
Actually,
roll a
having
Constitution
rum.
saving throw. I know how the rest
I'm
of this
having
night's
rum.
going to go.
No matter how I roll on this, it's still gonna be great. 14.
You have a great time. Aurelio, you're just gonna be drinking. Abram, you're hanging out there. There's lots of people.
So Nyx looks over at Abram and nods, and she calls over Aurelio, like, "Hey, Aurelio."
Hello. Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick.
He's
I'm not drunk yet. Don't worry.
Oh god.
Oh, convince him.
he is
Well,
not. It's been 30 seconds.
Before you get completely hammered,
Right, right.
we need to go back to the ship for something. Like all three of us.
Puppies. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
I saw
And
the
so
name.
we're gonna go back to the ship for a little bit.
Okay, you do.
Okay, I tell everyone we'll be back. Bye.
We need to drop our stuff off anyway.
Yep. She drops off all of her gear in her room, and then she like stops Aurelio before going into his.
Oh,
Wait.
okay.
And she drops off her purchases, and then goes back over the door with Abram. And she looks at him, and then looks at Aurelio and says, "This is from the two of us." And she opens the door, and inside is a large terrarium with the mud puppies already inside, swimming around.
Emotional.
She says, and you notice that her that two of her right fingers are bandaged. Not really terribly, just little tiny like band-aids. And she presses a button, and the lights inside the terrarium start changing different colors.
Don't.
RGB Terraria!
Oh my god.
Oh, you guys! He like goes over and he hugs both of you at the same time. He's just like,
Mary,
you guys!
Mary on
guys!
Prophet's Eve.
You guys! We're gonna have, oh my god, look at how happy they are. And he's like pointing at the little like mud puppies in there, and he's like, look at how happy they are, they're smiling.
They're smiling. Oh my god. That's so cute.
And he quickly like pushes them out. He's like, wait outside. He pushes them out and he slams the door shut.
Okay.
The
And you
mud
guys
puppies
like,
look satisfied.
he's like doing something weird with the mud puppies, but no, it's fine. So he goes in there and then he's like, all right. And you hear like a bunch of like clanging sounds and it sounds like wrapping paper. You're not like quite sure. And you're not quite sure if Riley even knows how to wrap presents, but oh well. And he comes out with like crudely wrapped stuff, and he gives one to Nyx, and he's like, all right, Nyx, open it up.
She opens it.
It's and inside it's like this little like it's like a waterproof and shockproof like case that's like the same color as Nyx's hair, like the blue, and it's for your tablet. So it's like you don't get damage. And then he gives like a little bag to Abram. He's like, Abram, listen, bud, you get cold really easily, and I worry for you. And so he just waits for you to open it. He's like, all right, he's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
Oh no.
And you open it, and it's a pink windbreaker. Nice fleece on the inside. It's good size, good warmth, and some little pink gloves.
Oh my gosh.
Aw.
That's so
Keep
cute.
you all warm.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Okay, I need to write this down. Gloves and what? This is important.
Gloves and a windbreaker, and they're both like a nice pink, like a purple pink, like a pastel kind of thing.
Okay.
Aw.
Yeah, he's like,
This is important to my life.
he puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, I don't want you to die, man. Stay warm.
Please stop. Dying.
Nyx
I understand.
Nyx goes into our room and comes out with just like a nicely little wrapped like box, and she hands it to Abram. It doesn't beat a windbreaker and glove matching set, but inside is a entire maintenance and toolkit for his sword, and the box is a nice dark wood with a engraved in gold A on it in script.
Aww. Fucking engraved, personalized box.
Oh,
And,
look at that.
In her other hand is just a small parcel.
I'm emotional. Wait, what is the parcel?
What a
Nothing.
beautiful All Prophets Eve.
Are you gonna give? Are you gonna give something to your boyfriend?
He's not my boyfriend.
He's not my boyfriend.
He's probably busy on the base, but just in case.
Well,
And,
before you get
Aw.
emotional, here, and he hands her a box. Maybe not as big as the one that he gave her.
boxes.
That's it. It's a box. No.
opens.
And inside is
Wait, hold on,
rather
before we
simple. Yes, hello.
Sorry.
DM.
But did
Wow.
you? I
You're
know.
ruining a moment.
Sorry.
You're
Where
ruining it.
Where are we? Are we on the ship?
We're on the
Yes.
ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Was
God
that
damn.
really necessary?
Yes.
Yeah, you ruined it.
We said we were on the ship.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box? It is a necklace. A rather simple looking pendant. Almost stony. Kind of like a deep reddish brown. Veined with dark blue. But a more prominent veining of gold. It looks like it has been broken and put back together with the gold. Here's a picture of it because I found it online. But then he
Oh,
He-
wow.
explains that apparently in some cultures, Japanese, this art is to represent the fact that things that are broken can still be beautiful and they should wear these things with pride.
Aurelia's like
gives-
tearing up.
She gives
She's,
the
like,
two of
sniffing.
you a large hug.
Aurelia's just like,
I love
you
Danger
guys.
Squad.
I love you guys.
God.
And Aurelia kind of perks up and he goes, "Oh, wait, yeah. Can you guys help me name the mud puppy?"
Let's enjoy the festivities first, and then we'll name the mud puppies. And she attaches the waterproof case for her tablet on her hip, and she puts on the necklace.
Okay.
Aurelia
Back to the
just like
tavern.
Aurelia pets
Back
his
to
mud
the
puppies
tavern.
goodbye.
Aw, slimy.
Oh, I'm getting emotional. Oh God.
Danger Squad.
Danger Squad.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm crying.
Let's go enjoy some festivities with our Danger Squad.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
The lights are nice and warm. There's a fire roaring in the tavern fireplace. There's people talking about playing games. Things are being thrown in a joyous way. The meat's delicious. The turducken's amazing. They've slaughtered some pigs as well, and the pork is exceptional.
Greasy.
Very greasy.
Is there like darts? Like what kind of games are they playing?
Somebody's playing
Games.
darts. Somebody's playing some dice games. Some basic card games as well. But a lot of people are hovering around the two dice games, I suppose, just to kind of like chill and have a good time.
I want to play darts. You play dice.
All right. You know what, Abram.
Yeah, let's
You-
Oh my
Abram
god,
do
let's
this.
Abram, you walk over to the dart area, and do you see
Hell
that
yeah.
Magnolia is there playing darts?
Oh.
Shit. She's gonna beat you.
And she
Yeah, I
looks
know.
at you and
You're
just
gonna
kind of
get your
like
ass
wiggles your eyebrows and says, "Oh, you think you can keep up, city boy?"
Oh.
Abram actually looks kind of surprised, and then he's like, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I do, country girl."
Oh,
Oh.
let's see the muscles do
Nixon's
the
watching
talking.
intently with her hot cocoa.
Oh god.
Abram,
Aurelia's drinking.
roll
He's just
a
like, "What's your-"
dexterity. Roll a dexterity roll. No.
I thought you were gonna say saving throws. Like, did you
Saving
throw a
throw.
dart at me?
No. Well, you can't.
Okay.
You can't add your proficiency, but you can
Yeah.
add your dexterity to this roll 20.
I'm gonna cry.
I can't wait to get a 1 and just
This is
die.
great.
8.
Okay.
Hey, it could be
Beat your
worse.
ass.
She made me nervous.
You throw the dart and you hit the 10 marker, 10 points. Like about an inch away from the bullseye. And then Magnolia just like wiggles her eyebrows at you, and then she reels back her arm and tosses a nice arc through the air and nails the bullseye with a 14.
Oh.
City boy.
He glares.
Nick's in the
boy.
back. Get wrecked.
Quiet.
Aurelio high fives her for that. He's like, "Oh yeah."
Just
If you wanna, loser buys the winner a drink.
Fine. But wait, how many times did we throw?
Only once, but I mean, if you
Just
want to go
one.
best out of 3, I don't mind. It's just more.
Of
fun.
course I want to go best out of 3.
oh no. We're gonna lose our ship. He's gonna put our ship.
Aurelia's
No,
like grabbing
drink is-
food while he's like watching this. He's like,
Abram,
"Oh,
I'm not.
dude."
You gotta put something on the table.
Kiss.
Yes.
A date.
What do you want?
She holds up a piece of. Well, I mean, it's a lovely green branch. I'm sure you know what it is.
Oh no.
Everyone looks at it and he's
Nick's in
just
the
like,
back. Ooh.
oh my god, I can't take you people anywhere. He's just like, you're on.
Roll.
Duel of Fates.
I love this. This is the best day of my life.
I can't wait to fucking die.
Best 2 out of 3, including this is the second one out of 3. So
Yeah, I got you.
What the DM hasn't told you is that in Oighir, you don't kiss under mistletoe, you actually punch each other in the face.
Oh no.
you fight.
I hope so.
The loser gets punched.
You fist fight.
She throws it, and immediately it just like hits the corner and bounces off, and yours lands in the dead center.
Oh
Way to
boy.
go, Abram.
That's 1 each.
Getting nervous.
That's 1 each. She just like
Whoever gets the next one.
brushes her fingernails off on her dress top. Listen, they can't all be perfect.
Oh no.
One more.
I was gonna say,
Let's
this
see how it
decides
goes.
my heart.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my god.
19.
Oh my god.
Abram.
Don't worry, I got everything under control.
Oh.
No.
The darts hit the board at the same time with a resounding thunk, and they're right next to each other. But yours is the closer to the bullseye.
Oh, there's like silence, like Aurelia's like,
Oh, Magnolia
boy
looks
got game.
defeated.
Got game.
She looks so defeated.
Aw.
you
Well,
should kiss her to make her feel better.
Abram. he does look at her for a moment, and then he just rather unceremoniously strolls over, kind of scoops her up by the waist, and he gives her a kiss on the lips. You know, head tilted, maybe a little too long, all that. good
People in the
He's
background
catching.
go.
Oh, yeah,
People in the
yeah,
background go.
Oh my god. Okay, and then he lets her go, of course.
Yeah, she's blushing, of course, but she's having a good time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he leads her somewhere else to buy her a drink.
Excellent.
Nice.
Just at the bar with everyone
Sure.
else.
I guess you guys have like a table of your own at this point. You guys have been kind of like having food, drinking, having a good
Yeah.
time.
We're having a good time.
Alcoholic
Good-
beverages,
good
I'm
Christmas
assuming.
time. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's been nursing the same hot chocolate.
What do you think we are?
You're right. It's a good night.
Nix is the only responsible one.
Yeah. I guess after that, you guys have a great time just hanging out. Nix, you're there. Leo, I don't know. Leo, did you find a friend or anything to hang out with, or is it just going to be Magnolia here and then turning you guys into the third and fourth wheel, respectively?
I actually want to find Yak Dude.
All
but
right.
I don't know where he is.
He's in the. He was one of the
Nix
people
is
that
the
was
third wheel.
clapping when.
He just brings Maxwell in.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
find him again.
I'm looking for the Yak.
He's outside. Aurelia's leaning on the windowsill, the window open, and the yak's just like stuck its head through,
Oh,
and,
Okay.
and it's
so
eating
this
from a
is-
bowl on like a high chair.
so cute.
So Aurelia's like, Maxwell, listen, we got a rough start. He's had like a drink or two by now, but he's not that bad.
God.
He's like, okay, we had a rough start, but listen, everyone deserves a present on Prophet's Eve. So here, I got you something. And he reaches into his coat pocket and he takes out like this bundle of carrots. And he's like, I love you, man. I love you. You're a good yak. You're a good boy. That's a good boy. I know.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna eat my finger, but I'll still love him.
You don't need that finger.
Next, you
Not tonight.
watch Magnolia and Abram together, and Maxwell and
He
Aurelia.
gives her a gift also.
Oh my God! What's the gift that you give Magnolia?
It's a hairpin.
We'll find after. We'll find out after.
It's nothing fancy.
I got a 6.
But yeah,
Aurelia,
please
you
don't
get a little
buy.
nibble, but you're okay.
It's a love bite.
Your fingers are too important to our team.
It's a love bite. It's okay.
Bleeding. It's okay.
I love you.
Understandable.
I love you, Maxwell.
Yeah.
He
God,
seems satisfied.
what a good
His
boy.
bells are jingling from his antlers around his neck.
I love him. I put a little ornament on his antler.
That's fine.
Oh,
Doesn't even
I
notice
hate-
it.
Festive.
I'm done.
All right, now what's up?
Oh,
Yeah, what
ooh.
Abram get her?
Someone was saying something about something.
Abram got a present from Magnolia.
Alright, what's
Yeah.
Nick's doing? I did, but I don't
No,
know.
what is it? What is it?
Oh
What
my
is it?
god.
What
It's
is it?
just a hairpin. When he was at the store
Oh.
getting something for Nick, he picked up something for the girl. It looks like this. I also shot fun.
Oh my god. I cannot believe.
Oh my God, she loves it. She's wearing it with pride in her
so
white
pretty.
hair.
Yeah, he won't be here for long, so I figured he'd do
Aw.
something. However,
Nyx is being the responsible mom and watching over her
And
friends.
like
what,
slowly,
what is she doing?
she's like sticking condoms in Abram's pocket, like quietly,
She's drinking
She's-
depressedly alone.
like a mom.
She's just kind of enjoying the atmosphere, drinking her hot chocolate,
Well,
looking around.
Abram taps on her shoulder.
But
He points to the tavern door.
she looks over.
Next, you look at the tavern doorway and you see what appears to be Avery with his hair down walk through the threshold of the tavern doorway.
She stands up, but she does that whole thing where she knocks her knee into the table and she's like, "Oh!"
He looks at you and he's like, "Oh fuck, shit." And he just kind of like walks over to you and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Abram watches this fresh hell.
I'm okay. Just
Okay, good,
startled.
great, nice.
I thought you were busy on the base, and I didn't expect you were gonna. Hi.
Hi. Well, they gave us some time off while they're perusing all the files that Captain Youssef made, and they just wanted us to stay in the territory, but I guess it doesn't matter whether I'm here at the compound. I had a bit of, I don't know, a few words from a friend of yours saying that I should show up for the festivities. Apparently it's fun here this time of year.
And she kind of like looks either at Aurelio or Abram and just like, oh, what? I did send an email.
Yeah, I got your email too, and I didn't, I guess I'm just here.
She like fumbles around and she like grabs the box off the table and she's like, here.
He takes the box.
It's nothing big. It's just a little something, you know.
He slowly unwraps the box and then looks down into it.
Inside is a hand knit scarf and hat in dark green and blue, and a little mug that has a picture of an Iron Wing and says "Number 1 Iron Wing."
Oh my god!
Oh my god! He just like pinches the bridge of his nose and looks at it, and he's like smiling. He's like, "Oh, this is so cheesy."
I thought it was funny.
But he loves it.
No, I love it.
I'm
It's
crying.
great.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Oh man. I mean, I didn't really have much time to go shopping and all that, but I tried to grab something from the outpost to give you. We just had this lying around, and he gives you a flash drive.
What's this?
It's just a report from Aldebaran Labs. It's the software upgrade package for this current year. Apparently there's something about splicing in there, but they just send it out for free to people who are pilots. I'm on the mailing list.
It's an upgrade.
It's
She starts crying.
And she's like trembling.
yeah, I think it's like a splicing trick that you can just now know, like permanently or something.
The DM told me about it.
Yeah, the
whatever.
DM told me about it.
Thank you. And she like wipes the corner of her eye. Just sorry. I'm a techno nerd.
Oh, Aurelio. You're gonna get me removed from YouTube at this rate.
Oh wait.
It's okay, it's okay.
Well,
Don't worry. We can
I'm
solve this. Ooh, sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my, would you
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. I love this.
I'm glad you like it. And that yak is going to town on that ball, isn't he? Wow. You want to get coffee or something? I can't drink, but
I also got the Yakka ball.
Thank goodness.
Maxwell the yak is just going to fucking town on that squeaking toy. It's going ape shit
sorry.
all over
I'm
it.
so sorry,
You see,
audience.
you guys watch as this yak is just bounding through the room, just like just tearing apart a beach ball size squeaky
This
toy.
8-foot long yak.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nick says, "Yeah, I'm not really drinking much anyway. I have to take care of these two."
Cool.
Aurelia walks up now.
I was gonna. Abram pats her on the shoulder and gives her some privacy because he was sitting there with. He takes Magnolia with this.
All
Where are
right.
they going?
Aurelia runs over and taps Abram on the shoulder and is like, wait.
Mhm.
And he takes out a thing and he gives it to Magnolia and he goes, take care of your feet. And it's little pink fuzzy socks.
Aw,
That is
thank you,
so cute.
Aurelia. How sweet.
I hate this session. It makes me feel.
I just want to I want to say thank you for earlier. So thank you.
Aw, well, thank you very much. Here, I got this for your crazy animals, and she gives you just like a tiny little watering bowl made of stone.
Animals, that's so cute.
Magnolia!
Oh my god.
I don't think Abram's gonna be able to drink out of this though.
He just like looks at you, and then or she looks at you, and then she looks back to Abram, and then she's just like, "Well, maybe you can find someone else to drink out of it, like maybe your mud puppies."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Abram just
I
rubs his
hate
nose.
this fucking family.
Oh, I almost forgot. Actually,
He like
Magnolia.
rolls in, he turns in closer to it. He goes, "Don't worry, I was just trying to make Abram react to something for once."
I hate you.
Magnolia says like, "Wait, Nix, hold on. Sorry, I forgot almost."
Yeah.
She gives you a wrapped present.
Oh God.
Yes.
I don't want to cry
She
anymore.
unwraps it.
Okay, you unwrap it, and it's one of the history books that you were looking at in the library. It's a new copy.
Ooh.
Oh, did you get this?
I just ordered-
Amazon.
Amazon Prime. No, I just went to the store.
Not
bought it.
sponsored.
Some of the older books from the library are put on sale, but this one was like almost brand new. So I just kind of, we had 2 copies. So you can have the second one.
Nyx hands her a small box and says, "This is for you. I didn't really have much time to make much, but here." And inside is a tiny pair of light blue gloves,
Oh,
hand knitted.
I'll be warm for the rest of my life.
Please stop going out into the wilderness. In your pajamas.
I know I sleepwalk, but I promise I won't do that again. I'll lock the doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lock the doors and windows.
I'll lock the windows. All right.
She's just gonna sip her coffee.
Okay. You guys have 20 minutes. What do you guys do with that time with your respective
What?
quote-unquote
What's in
dates?
20 minutes?
You don't know what's in 20 minutes.
Oh shoot! I asked what's in 20 minutes.
All right, Aurelio, roll the scrying bones.
Got around the DM.
What?
Damn.
Oh no.
All right. I just
Leo, roll a d20.
Okay.
Aurelio, you take out your scrying bones. Oh man, Aurelio,
Oh,
I
no.
know nothing.
you cast the bones out, and you see an evil. You see an ungodly force. You see a devil. You have 20 minutes. What do you do with 20 minutes?
Nyx is gonna stay with Avery.
Say your
I think,
fucking
I think
prayers.
the Red Wing's coming.
What? Is that what he says?
Somewhat.
That's what he just says. He just says that casually, like to Nyx and Abram. He just goes, I think the Red Star's coming.
What?
Well, I rolled the bones,
Uh-huh.
She pinches the bridge of her nose.
and I see nothing good. I see
Aurelia?
I see evil man. I see evil man.
Aurelio.
Man, I see evil.
She grabs him by the shoulders. Aurelio,
Nyx,
go to the ship.
we have to save the mud puppies.
I'll meet you at the ship in a few minutes. Go drink some water and lay down.
Nyx, I'm not drunk.
She gives him a look.
I'm not drunk, really.
Uh-huh.
He rolled a
The DM
14
can tell you
earlier.
that.
He's pretty good. I mean, that was like an hour ago. I don't know what's happened
Okay,
since
well
then.
I'll roll again.
Yeah, let's see
Go
that
ahead.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah,
No,
fine.
he's looking pretty good actually. A little rosy cheeks, but
I don't see
I'll
anything
be-
good, Nyx. I don't know what's gonna happen though. I don't know what's up.
you got 20 minutes. What do you guys choose to do? I hope it's not
I'll be
bicker
there in a
about
bit.
this.
might
Nyx is gonna spend it with Avery.
Okay.
If we're gonna
Abram,
die,
what do
we're
you
gonna
do with
happen.
20 minutes?
he seems to kind of at least listen to Aurelio, but he looks around and like everything's like not terrible for once. Nyx is actually like happy. Magnolia's cute. He says, "We'll keep an eye out, and I'm sure we'll make good time back to the ship if we have to leave. But for now, perhaps it would be best not to worry." Not to worry.
Aurelio kind of he is worried.
I
So
know,
he
he's
goes
worried. I feel bad.
he actually walks outside. He goes outside and he starts like walking around.
All right.
Does he still have the other transceiver on him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick still has hers too, and actually,
I'd like
she's
to
gonna...
point out that you guys technically have 3 radios now because Nyx's staff is a radio. So you guys should always have
She
a
has a
radio
stick.
at all times. You just shouldn't. No more having to ask, do I have the receiver or not? The answer is
Okay.
yes.
Can she talk back through it?
She hasn't tested that yet, but
Okay.
spoiler
I'll,
alert,
I'll
yes.
probably test it later.
Okay.
Nyx is gonna ask Avery if he wants to take a walk with her outside.
Yeah, sure, I'll go for a walk.
And they just kind of take a stroll outside. Is it
Y'all better not be
snowing?
stalking me.
Wait, please tell me it's snowing. Is it snowing?
I can't think of a reason why it would never
It's
ever
always
stop snowing.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, he's just wearing like, I guess, blue jeans, boots, black cropped jacket, jeggings.
Nick's wearing something very similar.
Oh, good.
They're together,
This
they're
her
matching.
typical outfit, and she actually has the sleeves rolled up.
Wow.
Aurelio.
Yeah.
You're walking around the area, I guess.
Aurelio does not feel good.
No, I understand. Maxwell the
In more
Yak.
ways than one.
Maxwell the Yak is following you shortly behind. He's just like following you around the town, around the city as you walk around. You see people smiling, people talking. You see couples walking to and fro. You see yaks lining up to be shaved. Yeah, shaved. And you see the Yoo-hoo man closing up shop. And he gives you a pat on the shoulder and says, "Hello."
Oh, hello.
Hello, where are you going?
Festivities
Festivities of that way.
Yeah, I just I had a bit to drink. I just want to take a walk for a second.
Oh, I see the problem. You've had only a bit to drink. We'll take care of that. And he tries to like get you to come with him again.
Oh, I'll be right back. Plus, I think Maxwell here needs to use the bathroom, so I'm just gonna go and lead him back.
But yeah, you look through and you see smiling faces, lots of people, different colors of hair and different styles of clothing, but everyone seems to be pretty satisfied with this lovely holiday season.
Are you when you say like different styles of hair, are you talking about like the Who's type of thing, like Cindy Lou Who?
No, I mean like
Whoa.
Magnolia's got braided hair, and then other people might have brown or black. Not everyone's a blue-white elf here. Some people look more contemporary to yourself.
Okay.
Nyx, you're just walking with Avery, and I guess you're just gonna have a good time, but I'm gonna jump over to Magnolia and Abram as well.
Getting it on.
Abram, do you trigger anything?
I mean, maybe. Huh? Do I do what?
What do you do? Do you trigger anything, or do you just have a
do I
lovely?
trigger
Do you have
anything?
a lovely time together with this? What do you do?
Do you trigger her final form?
Yeah.
I unlock her potential. Yeah, we probably hang out in the tavern for a little bit longer before also departing. For private times, whatever that may mean.
Okay.
They're actually playing Scrabble. It's really weird.
Have you ever played Connect 4? It's really cool.
I fucking love Connect 4.
Right? Underappreciated, I say.
God.
All right. Well then,
Takes back the condo.
she stops you
Yep.
while you're like in the middle of a mostly unpopulated street, and she hands you a tiny little black box.
It's a leech.
A leech?
To suck your sadness with.
Thanks. What is it? He takes it and stares at it for a bit and glances at her and then goes to open it.
Okay, you open it and it's a little silver necklace, with what appears to be a snowflake.
It's so fucking cute.
I'm gonna die.
He's gonna wear the shit out of it.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna wear it right now. He takes it out very carefully, and he goes to try to put it on, but it's too small. His hand's too big, so he turns around and tries to help. Like he leans down so that she can reach, and she
takes
he
the
wants her
necklace
to put
from
it on.
her, and then she, in a moment, just clips it on behind your neck.
Okay, and then he stands up and he kind of looks at it, and then he actually
In the
smiles
process,
a little bit. Yes.
you don't notice her doing anything, but
Mm-hmm.
she notices something around your left ear.
Okay. He does not notice this, but he kind of nods in appreciation.
She smiles back at you and actually says nothing, because you know what? Doesn't concern her.
What does she do?
Oh.
You don't know, Aurelio.
I really wants to know.
I think that you keep on walking and have a good time laughing and talking about whatever it is you want to do. I think I'll leave the
Yeah,
specifics up
dude.
to you, and I think for the next 20 minutes is, well, I mean, I suppose we're
I
condensing,
can't wait to fucking die. Yeah, we're
condensing
just having
20
a good
minutes
time.
into about 5 minutes. Maybe she throws a snowball or two at you at various times.
Oh my god,
Um,
that's dangerous behavior.
yeah, she doesn't know that you like to jump up behind people and slam dunk them. But yeah, I think you've got a good time, and maybe it's nothing too. She understands that you're going to be going at some point, and she says that it's been fun. I'm glad I met you, Abram.
Yeah, you just be sure to take care of yourself when we leave.
I promise. You too.
Come with us.
Oh no.
I think it takes about 20 minutes, but we're gonna go back to everyone else one last time. Nyx, you're with Avery. Tell me how that goes.
She was just kind of walking around, and she's like, this is my first white, all Prophet's Eve.
Yeah, mine too. It doesn't really snow much where I'm from either.
It doesn't snow much in space, and certainly not in Sargasso, that's for sure.
It's nice. I didn't think it'd be this warm.
I've had warmer.
Yeah, I guess it's just the people you surround yourself with, huh?
Oh.
And she kind of like her cheeks go a little bit pink. Yeah. It's different on the ground.
What's different on the ground?
Holiday season. Nothing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Next year, I'm
I
mad.
may have had too much rum in my hot chocolate, I guess. I was trying to be careful.
Oh, next.
It's. I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah. You're having fun too, right?
Yeah, I'm having fun too.
Okay.
There's a cool yak over there, and you see Aurelio like drunkenly walking through the streets with a yak following.
Oh, God.
I'm not drunk.
That's
I'm
just
not
how he
drunk.
looks.
He just looks
I
that
always
way.
look drunk.
That's fine.
Nick squints and she's like, I can't tell if he's drunk or sober.
Either way, I'm sure he's having a good time.
Probably, yeah.
Avery's laughing.
Yeah, he's a wild one.
All right. Next, do you do anything else?
Do it.
Do it.
She's just
Do it. Do it.
kind of fidgeting to herself, kind of shy, looking at her arm. Just
We're on minute 18 of 20.
Yeah, you do it.
Do it. Do it.
Can I show up with mistletoe?
God.
Let April
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
I
Okay.
was gonna say,
Understood.
DM is
Understood.
cooking.
We go back to Aurelio.
Aurelio's sitting outside the church,
That's
just on the
fine.
steps, with the yak, and he is looking at a photograph that he
No.
gets in his pocket, and it's of him and just an older man, of like grandfatherly age, and he kind of just says, "Happy all Prophet's Eve," and he like pets the yak a little bit, and he just kind of looks up at the stars. And just kind of, well, he doesn't really cry, but he just kind of like looks teary-eyed.
Aurelio, you're the closest when it happens. You smell it on the breeze.
Uh-oh.
Smoke.
The yak!
You get up.
I
You
hope so.
run. You run to the town square, and lo and behold, in the center of the town, burning, melting,
Evil!
screaming, the yak.
Evil!
The yak is aflame.
Oh,
All
Aurelio-
around it are villagers who are just staring in astonishment. Nobody is surprised.
And you thought it was gonna be bad.
Aurelio puts a picture back in his pocket and he looks at his scrying bones and he just goes, "You didn't lie."
Aurelio, you see Avery and Nyx and Abram and Magnolia as they come back, presumably following the smell of burning in the light orange, and you're all just kind of around this large burning yak, all the other villagers as well, just kind of staring. Oh well, I guess it happens.
I assume that, like, I'm just gonna go on the assumption that the lineup is like Magnolia and Abram and then Aurelio and then Nyx and Avery so that Aurelio can just...
I don't think you're in between them.
Aurelio wants to touch them.
That's fine. I guess you're in between them all then. You guys all look off in the distance, and on top of one of the buildings, you see a shirtless man in basketball shorts with a lighter, just going, "What?"
Aurelio?
Oh my god.
Can I, real quick, DM? Real quick. Real quick, DM. Aurelio takes out a nail gun. but he's not gonna do what he thinks he'd do. He wants to go up and stealth behind him on the rooftop. That guy's drunk, right? I don't really need to roll for that.
He's super drunk. But what are you trying to do?
He wants to pin him down onto the rooftop, like off the rooftop, and he's going to nail gun him to the edge of the rooftop by his basketball shorts.
Roll stealth.
Oh my god. Everyone just watches in horror. Actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't look surprised. He watches though.
13.
Oh my god.
You walk up behind him, and he doesn't notice you, and you quickly with your nail gun just ka-tung, ka-tung, and nail down his moccasins.
Why is he wearing moccasins?
With basketball shorts.
With basketball shorts. And he just kind of like, he tries to lift his feet like twice, and then like he just looks down, and he's very drunk, and then he just kind of like squats and just kind of sits there, waiting.
Aurelio takes the lighter from him. And he just kind of sits there next to him, and he puts an arm around his shoulder, and he goes, "Dude, why?"
Someone's got him, man. It's tradition.
Aurelio just like pinches like his eyebrows, like the area between them, and he's like, "Ah."
Look, buddy, look at it. Isn't it beautiful in its own way?
Aurelio kind of looks at it. He's like,
just because it's ending doesn't mean that it's the real end, you know?
"How much have you had to drink?"
Like 5 many.
5 many.
You know what, Sarah? It's a beautiful mistake, and so are you.
Oh my god.
Abram,
did you just call somebody a mistake?
Abram, what do you do?
What? What do I do? I mean, I watch it. It's kind of pretty. I mean, I gotta do the other thing though. It's not related to this drunk man.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what you're asking.
Yep.
Can I just point out that Nyx is kind of like, her shoulder is like half leaning, half touching.
That's cool.
Avery.
That's
just
fine.
like,
yeah, he takes your hand.
Aww, Ocean Man.
He actually just rips it right off. It's his.
oh
hand.
no!
He did take it.
off her arm.
Well, I don't know where it came from, but I'm just gonna say I was behind them somehow, and I just casually
Roll stealth.
hold it over their head.
Roll
Oh,
stealth.
no.
Roll stealth.
Stealth? Oh, I don't
No.
care if they
DM
see. You're not
DM
running
said
anywhere.
it.
I will hold you down.
No.
DM said it.
16. I come up behind them and hold it over their head. And then it doesn't matter because I nudge Avery first.
Clever girl. Avery looks up at it, and befitting the courageous atmosphere of a hardened Iron Wing pilot, he goes in for the kill.
Yeah, exactly. I challenged who I knew would not back down.
Nyx,
what?
Avery kisses Nyx.
She like at first has no idea what to do, and she's like mentally flailing, but she just goes for it and kisses his back.
She murders him.
Not what I meant, but okay.
He is now dead. No.
Abram's ideal of romance.
Her
Kill him.
entire
Beautiful.
face, her entire face is almost as red as her hair.
You hear Aurelio faintly from the rooftop clapping.
The guy next to him is also clapping, but he's like missing his own hand every now and then.
Oh my god. Help him, Aurelio.
I'll take him down eventually.
Alright, well, as you all, 7 of you, including Basketball Short Man,
Hey, what about the yak?
and
Eight.
the yak couldn't get up, but he's just sitting down, watching as well, this beautiful blaze.
He's watching his brother burn.
He's watching
my
his
God.
father burn, and as everybody watches the Christmas yak, the all prophets Eve yak burn into a horrifying ash that fills the skies with a clouded gray. You feel its faint warmth on your face and skin, and you know that perhaps you have found some kind of inkling of family to share this holiday with this particular season. We cannot go live for the next 8 hours. Presumably you stay the night again. What happens during that time, I don't really know. I suppose we
I
have
think
to
we all know.
save some details for another time. And in the morning, I believe you guys choose to depart.
Yeah.
You pack up your things, and I'm afraid Avery had to go in the night, so he's no longer there. Magnolia waves you off. Her father is next to you as well, and he gives you a hearty pat on the back and sees you
Probably
away.
punches him.
And you are waived of any fees you would have had to pay for either the hotel or the delivery fee for your ship, which is why it didn't matter in the beginning of this arc what you paid. I'm believing that you get inside your ship, I think, unless anybody has any last words. I'm gonna go ahead and mute Aurelio real quick.
Oh my God.
That's all I could think of when the yak was burning.
Nick boards the ship, and she hasn't stopped smiling the entire day.
Aurelio, he turns to you two and he just goes, you know, and he like kind of fiddles with his fingers and he goes, you know, you guys are, I love you guys.
Oh.
Love you too, Aurelio.
Someone's gotta man the ship pilot seat.
Aurelio, you need to pilot this thing still.
Jeez. Oh
He
my
hopped
God.
in. He hopped in a little hungover.
Oh,
Just kidding.
She hands him a bottle of water and a glass of orange juice.
snack,
The orange juice for.
snack in hand.
Orange juice helps with hangovers.
Snack in hand, he turns on all of the ship's functions. Lights turn on. Heat begins again. You're beginning to feel warm. You can lose the parka. And your elevator begins to ascend into the high skies. And once that is finished, the doors open. Your green lights light the way to victory. And you punch it. To your left, you see a large, tremendous, two-winged cruiser marked by the traditional blue and purple chevron of the ISF. A warship. It pays you no mind, and you give it a wide berth, but it must be here for whatever lies beneath that mountain.
Wow.
Damn.
Where is your next destination?
We're going to Lianfall.
Yeah.
Lian,
No.
however you pronounce that, because the DM has a bad habit of making names completely unpronounceable.
Well, I mean, why should the
I'm
world
calling
be...
you out.
Why should it...
Calling you out.
And then not telling anyone how to pronounce it.
Yep.
Does the real world give you a pronunciation guide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got me there. Aurelio, you head towards the gateway ring and you deliver the frequency that you know it craves. And then you point your heading towards Lianfiel's system. And then you are gone into that inky blackness, leaving the white ball of snow that you know as Slove behind.
No, now we have 2 home planets.
After they
Pronounce
enter the
Slav.
gateway, Nyx heads towards her bedroom and she says, "If you hear any screaming, don't worry about it." And she goes into her room and closes the door.
Fuck.
Aurelio just thinks out loud and just goes, still don't know what to name those mud puppies.